right, welcome to the Mailman Podcast. I'm your host, Dick Colin. That's Mail, M-A-L-E, because man only knows. Or is it God? Who cares? The point is, today, the entertainment world is on fire, literally. Well, maybe not anymore. It's been a while. But either way, it sucks. Kind of bored. Yeah, and I think the only thing that can save it now, as we've had a lot of woe man, is going back to some man-on-man action, right? The only way to do that is...
We're the mayhem, tossed to another man. We call it a man discussion with men and Malaysians.
Keep the volume down on
There you are.
the monitor.
Oh wait, let me
I'm
see.
here.
Man, this is why you can't see hear or see it. There you go, buddy.
Oh my lord, who is that? Is that Abraham Lincoln?
Abraham Bogey.
Is that the young Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah. And who's that lady you got there with you?
Who's that lady?
Red dress, the strappy shoes.
Yeah.
Man, that's the best the AI could do with the angle, her being able to like lean up against you, and Marissa Tomei, as we talked about earlier. Whoa, bam!
Bam.
Yeah, what was the question that you asked me, and that was my answer.
When you are rich and famous and you're in Hollywood, who will you want to meet? Or what celebrity crush have you had?
Yeah, totally. Marissa
That's probably
Tomei.
what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. I just know that was my answer. I couldn't remember exactly what the question was. I guess any type of question like that is going to be my answer as far as like Hollywood is concerned. Because I saw her on that what was that, Spider-Man, and god damn, she still got it going on, bro. Hey.
God damn.
even Tony Stark was like, "Oh, that's it, Aunt May." Yeah. So so you I guess first I've been watching Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I didn't realize it was on Max, and then as the algorithm does after like months of learning what I actually watch and stopped recommending me all the bullshit that I don't want to watch, it finally recommended something to me that I actually wanted to see, and it was Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and I totally fucking forgot about that. And yeah, it's so weird because it's jarringly awesome. It is so odd
After all this time.
Well, it's so odd, like it's such a weird show, but it's still just as funny, if not funnier, because it's been so long since I've like laughed out loud about something. So aside from the South Park, but that's also recently been watching again. But yeah, fucking Carl, man. I was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing in my pool? Oh man, that fucking show. It's because it's like it does have like there's a story that you're telling, but it's so wacky that like I don't know. It all makes sense because you got like a French fry man, the shake man, and the meat wad, but it all makes sense because it's so fucking crazy.
Whoever wrote that show must have worked at a fast food joint or something.
Dude, oh yeah, and we're super duper
burger
high.
place. And Carl was like one of their customers.
Oh yeah, so they must have lived in Denver. So based on the way he looks.
Wow.
Minus the sores. He doesn't have the sores all over his body.
Well,
yeah.
From the
I don't know. I guess
nitrous injection.
It's probably from just being real itchy. Yeah, like I'm crawling all over my skin. Yeah, what a shithole, Denver. Fuck you, Denver. I was trying to get those comments in there. Trying to get everybody to shit on me for shitting on Denver.
Well, a lot of people seem to like Denver, but you did not.
I don't know why. Chicago is so much better.
Homeless,
dude. It was like I'm not lying when I say that I was in the Uber going to Meow Wolf or coming from Meow Wolf, one or the other, and I look over when we're stopped under the bridge, and the bum is just jerking off, like
really?
like going to fucking town, dude. Like not lying at all. Like that actually literally happened, and then it was one of those like, you know, my mouth is open. I'm like, oh no, and then the car drives away slowly, you know, and it's like, no.
Your mouth is open, and he was like, he was walking towards the car.
Coming, yeah, he was totally coming.
He was coming over. He was starting to come over.
Well, you know, the two things
keep that mouth open, buddy.
Yeah, the two things that worked out in my favor were that he was looking off into the distance in the other direction. I don't know what the hell he was looking at, and he had the sleeping bag like, you know, over it. So yeah, but you know, obviously there's nothing else that he's doing at that kind of you know, with that kind of piston action.
Oh yeah. Was he looking at a poster of Marissa Tomei?
He was under a bridge, dude. There ain't no posters of Marissa Tomei under there.
I mean, he could have bought one or stole one.
Yeah, he definitely would have stolen one in Denver. Fucking hell, what a shithole. Hit me up in the comments if you like Denver. We gotta try. I'm trying to put the hate out in the world.
Hate.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know, there was. I had an interesting time, but as a place, I think. For you know, I consider myself an explorer these days, and because I think back in my younger days, I might have just like stayed in the hotel and not really done much. Maybe. Maybe later on, like when we were all hanging out and you know, going and doing crazy shit. But like, wait, I got that backwards. After that, I might have not done as much exploring. But now I'm just kind of like, fuck it, I'm here. So it was definitely entertaining. It was just like, oh, this place is a shithole. Like, so there was a really cool bookstore. I will say that. That I went to, and then that was kind of cool to see that it still existed, and two, that it was actually like it wasn't a shithole. Like, so it was like you go from the outside like dirty city, and then you go into this like old bookstore, which was pretty rad to go into. I'll have to try to remember what store that was so I can give them a shout out, because they're literally in the middle of so they're like across the street from, or on the corner of there's like this, was it Turkish restaurant or something like that, which was pretty good. I went there and I ate, but the Turkish restaurant has windows like all around the side, so it's on the corner, and that corner is where all of the shopping cart wheeling drugged out bums like just hang out. So
man,
dude, and it's like, and they're like looking at you through the window, and it's so fucking uncomfortable, and I'm just like, man, I'm just trying to eat my meat on a stick. You know, like, trying to get some.
Did they ask you for some?
No, they're just like looking at you in the window, and then they got their kids, and it's just like how do you have? Yeah, dude, like how do you have kids?
How do you have homeless kids?
Yeah, and you know, skateboards with like 3 wheels. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
How's that even possible?
You just lean to one side, I guess.
No, because it turns. It's not how it works.
I don't know. He had it in his backpack, like on, you know how you have the little strap thing on the back.
And he's missing a wheel, huh?
Yeah. I'm really like, well, I guess that's why he's not riding it. But then they got all those like the scooter things everywhere. Like not scooters, but what are those called? The stand-up ones, the gay ones.
Just electric scooters, yeah. I think.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
They got to be called something else, because scooters are already taken. Scooters are the 50cc fucking, like when you're in a jam and you can't afford a bike, then get one of those.
Get a scooter.
Yeah, so at least you're on 2 wheels, but you're not standing up like a fag.
Whoa. You see that? See that?
We're past 10 minutes. I think we're good.
Do you think that meme? You've seen that meme that's going around where? Well, first of all, have you ever seen the movie Easy Rider?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. So it's the picture of those 2 guys on the highway.
Yeah.
Like 2 separate guys on their motorcycles on the highway. And then it says like 1970 whatever, right? Yeah. And then it cuts to, you know, the other half of the frame is like two dudes. Wait for it. Wait for it. Two dudes wearing masks, wearing COVID masks, riding through the town. Like they're like, I think it looks like they're gay. Two gay dudes on one electric.
Whoa, guy! There ain't nothing gay about two dudes on an electric scooter wearing COVID masks.
Yeah, well, that's maybe I had that wrong, but
I mean, were they nut to butt? I mean, that's when it starts to get gay. That's the only time it gets gay.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
But they're on the stand-up one, like.
Yeah, the stand-up one. It's a meme. If I find it again, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me, and then I'll pull it up if you find it there. And then yeah, we gotta come up with a name for that. Like, what would you call that?
Oh, well, it was just a contrast between the 70s and now. It's like, this is what men used to do, and one of the things, and then here's what young men are doing now.
Correction, that's still what men do.
Yeah. Well,
but that's not what they show on TV.
Yeah, I do ride a motorcycle by myself.
The only time we ride bitch is when we got a helmet on and we got, no one on the street. It's at middle of the night.
Yeah, like if you're drunk and it'd be like your only way home, or if you wreck your bike and you gotta get home somehow.
Yeah, but even then, if it's in the daytime, you gotta take an Uber. Can't go fag.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the rule is if it's after midnight, then the driver has to take his shirt off.
Oh, you know what we should fucking call them? We're gonna name them right now. Gators. Gay scooters.
Gators.
Gators.
What do you call them? Gooters.
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 Look at those two guys riding that gooter.
Gator. Yeah, well, the Gators is good too. Gay Gooters.
Get up on that Gator. Yeah, you got to get the Gator app. Are you on Gator? Oh my god!
Yeah, get Gator. Download Gator.
You totally got to ride with me.
We could save money by riding together.
Was that the Uber? What's it called? So you got Uber X, and then you got Uber Share. Is it Share, or what's that called? You know what I'm talking about? When you trying to get an Uber, like Uber Share ride or something like that.
Do I send this to your phone
Gator.
Or your? I found the meme, surprisingly.
Email will be easiest because then it'll be right on my computer.
Email, okay.
But if you text it, I can still do that.
I did. Sorry, I just texted. All right, so email.
No, text it. If you text it, that's fine. I'll just send it to my computer real quick. But yeah, so what are they like? So let's think of those. So you got Gator, the Uber Share. How do we put that together?
Goober.
Yeah, you gotta get the Gator Goober. The Goober app. All right, how do I? There we go.
1969.
19
and 2022. That's correct.
All right, there we go. And have you ever been on one of those? The electric ones? I've been on the adult the adult Razor. Do you know what I'm talking about there?
No, I didn't know they made an adult one, but
yeah.
No, I have
because
XL.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a fag, but I did get on one of those.
How did you get that?
So when I was in college, like the campus was gigantic, and parking was such a fucking pain in the ass. This is why I started riding the motorcycle eventually. And basically I was like, all right, I got to get to class, and it's like it's impossible for me to get there without like running. Because I basically, because it's so far away that once I get there, I want to take all my classes all at the same time. And then so I was like, well, fuck this, man. I gotta figure something out. And I'm not gonna get a bicycle because I can't fit that in the car. Because at the time I had that what was that Pontiac was it G? What do they call it? G7? Is that what it is? You know what I'm talking about?
G7?
Is that what it is? Yeah, for a short period of time, because my
no,
that was when my tribute was like I was able to miraculously get it to CarMax. And it was like literally about to explode. Like it stalled like every time I stopped on the way there, and the final time that it stalled, I almost had to like push it in there, and it finally got it started. And the clutch had broken off. Like I basically had it electrical tape. That's all I had in the car, so I had to electrical tape the clutch back together.
What?
Dude, it was, I got it there and I like I parked it and they shut it off. I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, oh, please start up when they get back in there. And it started like a champ. And I was like, all right, let's get a fucking car. And I got the hell out of there. And
oh man.
Yeah, so that's what I could get at the time. So I had a little Pontiac G7.
So you
is that what it's called? I think it's called a G7.
When did you ever? I don't remember. I just remember the tribute. And that's it. Of course, I was out of state at that time, right?
Yeah. Because so I had it around that time, and then yeah, and that's and then
forever.
Yeah, and then I got rid of that so I could get ready to go to Japan. So I didn't have it for basically I had it through college, the rest of college.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. So I was. That's what I wasn't even in town at the time.
Yeah. So
and then by the time you went to Japan, I'd been living in Tampa for a few years.
Yeah.
I think something like that.
Yeah.
Because what year did you go to Japan?
What was that? 2016 or 17, something like that. 17.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I was in Tampa from 2014. 2012, really.
Okay, yeah. I'm pulling that picture up now. But yeah, so I couldn't really fit anything in that car because it's like a little coupe.
Yeah.
It was a fun little car to have.
So the G7, yeah, that would have been a coupe, right?
Yeah. But
I don't know if they made a sedan. Sometimes, I mean, usually they
I don't think so.
But nowadays they're making very few coupes. Like it's really hard to find two-doors nowadays. It's either that or an SUV because everybody seems to want an SUV or the crossover, like the sort of the elevated station wagon. Like that's exactly what
there you go.
The Subaru is maxing out with the Forester.
There we go. Woo bam!
There it
is. But yeah, so I had a decision to make, and I was like, I don't care, like, because I looked around, I was like, is anybody else using these? Nope. The answer was no. I was like, all right, well, fuck it. I'm gonna be the first one. So I pioneered this little adult razor scooter, so I could get to class easier. So it was so much quicker. Like I don't care how much of a fag I look like, but so I got that thing, and it was literally like I think within 3 months they were fucking everywhere.
Really?
So yeah, dude, I started a trend with that, dude. Yeah, swear to God, because I researched. I was looking around. I was like waiting to purchase this thing because I was like, man, am I gonna be the only douchebag with this fucking adult razor scooter? And then I was for a few months, and then after that they're everywhere. Because it was just weight. It was so much better than having a bike, man. Because you could just collapse it, put it in a backpack, and then.
It would fit in a backpack?
Yeah, I mean, it stuck out a little bit at the top unless you had like a hiking bag, but I just zip it up all the way and then it stayed in there, and I had like a bungee thing on it. So, yeah, it's basically pretty lightweight. I think I still have that thing, man. Dude, I need to go see if it's in my mom's garage. Holy shit, I gotta bring that back. Yeah, but yeah, it was a pretty cool little thing to have for college anyway. Definitely wouldn't recommend riding that in the normal area, but at college nobody gives a shit. So
yeah, it'd be hard to ride in the snow.
Yeah.
Good thing.
But I think it was like $100 or something like that, and yeah, that I could throw it in the back of the car. So basically, I just had it in there, and then eventually I just started riding the bike because the parking got so bad. Yeah. But I wasn't gonna get the bike and then go all the way around traffic to get closer to the next place. So, basically, I would just walk it at that point. But so I got a little bit smarter about splitting my classes up when I started taking the bike, though. But the bike, man, it was so much better. Like because with the car, you have to find a parking space, and it was like they only had like a handful that were like multiple levels. And then they had a bunch of these like just flat, like on the ground parking lots. And it was like, what are you fucking doing? Like, we have way too many cars for this to be a thing. And it's like, then they kept building more like places to be in class. And like, we don't need those. Like, we need places to park. Because you got to get, I had to get there bare minimum 2 hours early, more often than not, like 3 hours early, just to park.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Really?
and from what I understand, it's worse now. So,
3 hours early? What the
dude,
fuck?
yeah, and that was to get like still a distance away. Like,
Absolutely ridiculous.
dude, it's UCF, man.
Oh,
Yeah, and then it was like when I got the motorcycle, is I could park anywhere. It's like because they had all the motorcycles. There's only like one or two bikes there, but they have like five
oh,
spaces. So
oh, wow. So you always had a spot. Nice.
yeah. So when I saw that, I was like, all right, well, I need to get that taken care of. So I eventually got the pass and all. But
Wow.
and
Now,
also
how far was
that drive, like
UCF? How far was UCF from your place?
what I got to take what was that 75? Wait, the toll road. It's been a while since I've been back to Florida.
I-4.
I-4. No, not I-4. Is it 70? What's
Where was it?
what's
Where was
the
UCF?
yeah,
Was in Orlando?
yeah, what's the toll road though? You got to take
I
that
forgot.
main one. Jesus Christ. It's
Yeah,
been
I
so
forgot
long
that.
since I've been
I
there.
forgot that one. Yeah, it's been a while, huh?
But anyway, yeah, you got to take that toll road that everybody drives really fucking slow next to each other. So that was another thing where basically, having a bike was way better. I could just split traffic.
Yeah.
And then like people are such assholes in Florida. Like they don't want you to pass them. It's like, well, get the fuck out of the way then. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus, it's like I'm on a bike.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about me going around you.
Yeah. Oh man, people get upset up here too.
I
Did I tell you
don't understand it.
somebody threw a drink out the window at me?
Oh Jesus Christ!
My buddy was behind me. He was riding separately, just like 1969 up here. And
Yeah, man
so
time.
I went around this car that we were stuck behind, and of course he said, "Hey, that person threw their drink out at you."
Yeah.
Of course, it didn't hit me because I already zoomed by them,
Yeah.
but they like saw me coming around and they threw their drink out. I'm like,
So,
wow, okay.
well, what I don't understand how they don't like think about the fact that what if they hit you and then you wrecked and died? Like
Yeah.
what?
Well, they would probably think, oh, it serves you right. You shouldn't have been passing.
Idiot. Like it'd be and like you're going to jail like forever.
Well, if it was on video,
yeah. Well,
if
somebody would see
caught
it.
it
Yeah.
on video,
Yeah.
and then I was passing.
Yeah.
Yes, I was passing on a double yellow in that case, I think, but
Yeah,
but still, you're not supposed to throw items
you're not
at other vehicles or
one
motorcycles.
that's a littering fine. Let's start there.
Yeah, well, and it's also, I mean,
Reckless
I don't know.
endangerment.
Is it assault with a assault or something?
That's like 15 different crimes right there. Like, well, anything that kills somebody is a deadly weapon. Just that's that's what people don't understand.
Yeah, you would have to. As long as you got the tag,
Yeah,
and you had a witness, your buddy riding with you, say, hey, somebody threw something out the window.
And it's not like they're not going to be able to find the fingerprints on the bottle there. So
Well, I don't know if it was a bottle or what, but of course it missed me because I went by them so fast.
so
But yeah,
fast.
some people just don't like.
Yeah.
Some people I notice, well, there's all kinds, but some people will slow down and move over, and they'll wave you by.
Yeah.
Or even pull off the road. Like they'll just let you go by. That's cool.
Which is what they used to do in 1969.
Yeah, probably. And then some people will actually speed up and drive as fast as they can, like just to race you or something. I don't know what it is because I don't know how they think they're faster than a motorcycle. But
I don't know what is that like psychology there? Like what's happening? Because
yeah, I don't get that part. I mean, if I see a bike, usually if I'm in a car, it depends, but usually the cars I have are actually faster than bikes. Faster than a lot of bikes. Now it's not faster than my bike, but still it's faster than like any cruiser, anything like that. I've always been able to pass those. They're usually moving pretty slow. Especially in a car, and I'm going faster sometimes, depending on the road.
Yeah.
But then when I get on the sports bike, it's like there's no, I mean, unless you're in a car, I think the equivalency for the bike to car power to weight ratio is somewhere around 600, 700 horsepower.
Dang.
Yeah. So, so you'd have to have a car with close to that amount of horsepower to be competitive.
So, 4-cylinder Ford Mustang?
No.
But it's a Mustang.
Nope. Let's see here. Let's see. So if you just take the weight of the bike and the passenger divided by
What do you got? One of those
horsepower.
alphamorphic calendars, or what do they call it?
Oh,
The calculators.
Calculator on my phone.
Yeah.
All right, so the bike's four. Let's just say 450 for the bike.
Okay.
Plus me.
We're talking about weight. Okay.
So
this is we got a full. So we got a full tank.
675 divided by.
We got a full tank. You just went to Sonic.
215 equals 3.13. All clear, right? Okay, so then you take a 4,000-pound vehicle, or sorry, 700 horsepower.
Wait.
A 700 horsepower vehicle that's about 4,000 pounds.
Okay.
So 4,000 divided by 700 equals. Oh, that's not even it. That's like half. 5 point.
I'm so lost right now.
I'm pretty much shaking the. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I'm trying to get the
horsepower equivalent, or
yeah, like, horsepower.
Okay.
Per.
Well, why don't we just fucking Google
pound.
Use the AI.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're talking about a variety of different vehicles that.
Oh yeah, because we do
the weight varies and the horsepower varies.
Yeah, because and then you got like if it's a Tesla, like that's gonna change completely. Because I don't even know what does that run like. I don't even
500 pounds.
Yeah, but I also don't know how to.
And they have.
How do they measure the? Like, it's not horsepower, right? Like what are they? How do they measure those? Do they measure in horsepower? Does it matter?
I think they, I think they have an equivalent horsepower.
Do Teslas?
Because if they put it on a dyno, it'll still give
horsepower.
Tesla Model.
So yes, Teslas measure horsepower output in both horsepower and kilowatts. Ah, that's what I was thinking. They'd be something like that instead.
Yeah.
Okay, so they basically they just do some kind of a measurement for kilowatts and then they put it into horsepower.
Okay, so the Tesla Model Y Performance, that's one vehicle. I think it's the first vehicle up here that tried to race me on the highway, right? So we got up to like 150, 160, something like that. And he was moving too on I mean, we were on the freeway.
Well, if anything's going to keep up with you, like at least at the start, it's going to be something like a Tesla.
Off the line.
Yeah, something like a Tesla.
Quick off the line. Yeah.
Okay, here's
the motorcycle is still a manual, and you still got a clutch. So it's not like you just hit the gas and go.
Yeah.
You still got to slip the clutch, let it out, so you don't wheelie.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So here's a conversion. So 1 kilowatt is equal to approximately 1.34 horsepower. So kilowatt. it's so what would you say, like every, so it's like minus that, like every 100 kilowatts or something, that would be like 30 or something. Is that how that works? Oh no, plus 30, that's what it'd be. 100 would be plus 30, right?
So actually, yeah, the bike is faster than that, because so if you look at the motorcycle and the power to weight ratio is like 3.1 something pounds per horsepower. Well, the Model Y Performance has 7 point something pounds per horsepower. So, if you take, I mean, it's pretty much, it's a little more than half, a little more than double. So it's definitely double, which means that I should be faster than a Model Y Performance, but their horsepower rating, I think max is not like, now if you're racing like say a Corvette or a McLaren or a Lamborghini or something like that, they're going to be up there. And yeah, you get a run for your money.
Yeah.
With one of those, but
yeah, we also
rarely.
The who's driving it is also a huge factor.
Yeah, so to some extent, if it's straight line, then that's lesser of a factor. But in the turns, man, the driver is pretty well in your tires. You gotta have good tires.
Yeah, and time on the track. Time on the road. Eat that
Time
heat.
of day.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay,
Even
so here's
tires.
the Tesla Model 3 is listed as 381 kilowatts, which is approximately 500 horsepower.
Okay, 500. So yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen those take off at the light, and they're pretty quick, man.
They are quick. Yeah, I
It's
raced one once
impressive.
in my SUV, and I don't know if I told my brother because he's all about Tesla. I said,
Yeah,
"Hey, the Tesla drivers don't like when you catch them off guard." So
yeah.
I was at this light, and it was like one lane merge to get on the highway, right? Well, I
Yeah.
was in one of the other lanes that I still had to merge. Well, I was at the light with a Tesla, and the light turned green. I just took off and basically cut in front of him. And well, I was way in front, so it wasn't like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was being a jerk. But then we merged on the highway, and then here he comes zooming up behind me. I'm like, oh, okay, you want to race? So I just got on it. I floored it. And then we got up to the next intersection, got off the highway, got off the next exit, and I was just going heading home. Well, we get up to the light, and we're at the light together. And it's raining too. It's another thing. It's raining.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, then so we floor it, and I think he gets a tiny jump off the light
Mm-hmm.
on me, so he's a little bit ahead. But we're kind of like, pretty close. I mean, he hasn't passed me yet, but he does back off before because it does merge again down into one lane
Okay.
in that case. So I think in all fairness, the Tesla is really quick off the line.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah.
they're quick.
Well, I'm sure that like
Yeah.
people don't probably think too much of a unless they know their cars. Like they probably don't think too much of a Range Rover as far as like racing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
mine
like
probably is surprising,
yeah,
but I mean, mine weighs 40, I think it's 4,600 pounds, and I have 550 horsepower.
yeah.
So it's, I think the Tesla weighs less and it's got less horsepower, but also the way it gets the power to the ground, there's no gears, right?
Yep.
It's just direct motor. So that's a huge deal because
Yeah.
your efficiency is increased with that. You don't have
Mm-hmm.
to go through transmission and lose power through the drive line, which is usually 10-15%, something like that.
Yeah. Well, here's so their peak versus continuous power. So you got electric motors can deliver peak power during acceleration. Obviously, we've been talking about it, which may be higher than their continuous power output while cruising. So I guess to me that sounds like if you're getting on it, then it's got you're basically giving it everything. But if you're just kind of like steady going on the highway, then it's obviously it doesn't need much. So that's as speaking of efficiency, right? So that seems pretty efficient. Give you what you need. Cool. All right. Well, back to the topic anyway. But yeah, I thought that was a funny segue there. But yeah, so you typically aren't somebody that watches a lot of TV shows, but you've been watching a lot recently. So let's talk about those. How many have you watched so far? Like how many shows?
Oh, that you recommended?
Well, just in general, like since you've been binging.
Well, just the two. So I
Mm-hmm.
watched.
But you've seen like how many seasons though? Like
Oh yeah, okay. So I watched all of what was it? Just the two seasons of Andor,
yep, yep.
and then I'm on season 3 of Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're talking about just recently,
Yeah,
then you recommended a couple other ones I watched
yeah,
last year. I think it's last year.
yeah.
But yeah, been over the last month. I've watched Andor, and I'm on season 3 of Mandalorian.
This is crazy.
Actually, it's less than a month.
That's so much
It's like been
TV.
2 or 3 weeks.
Well,
if you sit down every day for a couple hours and
yeah,
watch
that's
it,
true.
then you can get through a lot of episodes. And
Yeah,
especially if you're doing other stuff while you're watching it, then
yeah.
you can kind of. And here's the thing: I'm not even watching it at work. If I want to watch it at work, then I could have knocked it out in a week,
Dang.
probably.
That's the thing. Like a lot of the TV shows now, they're actually, well, supposedly, they're writing in the with the thought process that you're gonna watch it while you do other stuff. Like,
really?
Yeah. So it's like, that's
how do they know?
Because like that just seems to be a trend or something. Like, I don't know. They probably do some kind of research, but yeah, which is why we keep getting more and more crap, because like they're getting the views, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
The ratings are up.
It's just so ridiculous.
Attention, yeah, but if you were tested on anything, then you probably wouldn't pass.
Yeah, and well,
there's a lot of details I miss.
The other thing is like the repeat viewing. Like, you know, obviously the older shows get more of those, but they don't want to talk about those. So, I guess on that note, like, how do you feel about the state of modern entertainment? Now that you've binge watched quite, I think enough of it to have an opinion.
I don't know. It always seems like nothing beats the classic TV shows. You know, it's always like the sequel's never as good. And,
yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
The original Star Wars, you know, I think it's probably always going to be my favorite because it's the first ones I saw.
Yeah.
And then all this new stuff came about.
Yeah, I think it's well, you know, it's obviously it's hard to follow up with something, especially if it's really good. You know, I think Star Wars is probably one of the better examples of that. You know, because of mass appeal. So, because there's other things that might not have mass appeal, but they're still very, very good. But Star Wars in particular, that's like a, you know, global phenomenon, right? And to follow up on that, like, I think the problem really is like they're trying to keep that story going instead of like, for example, we'll talk about it later, and/or you know, telling a different story. You know, even though it kind of attaches and leads up to the other stories, it's you're not really even thinking about the other stories. You know what I mean? When you watch that show, like it's definitely clearly its own thing. But well, I guess, you know, in a sense, Mandalorian too, but we'll get into that. But yeah, so I think the one of the best examples of like when they do it right is for me is like Alien versus Aliens, right? So I think Alien is, I think, by far the better movie, like overall. But Aliens, like, that's the one I can watch over and over again, like anytime. Doesn't matter. Like, I don't have to like sit down and pay attention to that one, you know. Like versus like Alien, I feel like to get the full experience, you got to really be into it and be watching it. But Aliens, hopefully I said those right. Aliens is the, you know, that one's like, I can just kind of put it on and like wash dishes, and like I know that movie front and back, so like. But yeah, it's I think that's probably like the or Terminator 2. That's a great example too. Terminator 2, I think, is the better movie of the two.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is
like,
that controversial?
It might be, but I think overall, like, I feel like it has the same kind of aliens versus alien situation going on. I think I would say that the second movie is very good, but it's not definitely, like, clearly not better than the first one. Would be like Predator. Like, I love Predator 2, but Predator is obviously the clear winner in that that one there. We don't talk about any of the other Predators. Just like we don't talk about any of the other Alien movies. Like, or just like we don't talk about any of the Terminator movies either. Just the first two. So yeah, so what do you think?
What about Die Hard?
Oh, that is you know what?
One.
The first one's clearly the winner. The second one's actually not as good as the third one, I think. I think the third one's better. But the second one's still really good, though. I thoroughly enjoy watching that. Watching that guy do yoga naked in the beginning is the best.
Hey, didn't they have that in Predator too? In the beginning.
Oh, what did they have? Did they have? They had the guy. There's a guy like banging his girlfriend or something like that.
It wasn't yoga, but
yeah, there's definitely a guy banging his girlfriend that gets like that's where the Predator's using all his like gadgets.
And the high rise.
Yeah. So you get to see.
Why did he kill that guy? What was the deal?
I think it was because they were in a shootout or something, if I remember correctly. But I can't.
And he just tracked that guy down or something.
I think he just happened to be there, and he's like, "What's going on here?" And he just kind of joined the fight. But yeah, I have to go back and watch that because it's been so long. Danny Glover. Oh man. But
for this shit.
yeah, fucking Lethal Weapon. Oh, you can't go wrong with this. But yeah, I think.
Well, I noticed you're not saying any recent movies. All these movies you're talking about are in the 80s or the 90s.
That's another.
There's nothing new. Like all these movies that are so great came out back then. Like, what is the greatest movie to come out in the last 10 years?
10 years?
Ooh, yeah, 10 years. We're talking about 10 years.
Fucking hell, I don't even.
Not
know.
even 5. We're talking about 10. Pre-COVID.
I mean, it's the clear winner's Minecraft. Gotta be.
What? Or yeah, I'm sure in the last year it's Minecraft and Snow Black. I mean White.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the stats the stats don't lie. You know, any movie that goes to the theater and then within 3 weeks is already on Max, HBO Max, you know, it's got to be a winner.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I miss having to wait for a movie to get on
to VHS.
Yeah, I miss even straight to VHS though, like or not straight to VHS, but like from the theater to the VHS, like that took a lot of time to get there. Like you'd forget that the movie was a thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, it's coming out in a month.
Yeah.
But now it's like I forget that it's in the theater because it's already on like whatever streaming app I've got, and it's like, well, now you're taking away the excitement of if I watch it in the theater and then it goes away, I'm like, oh my god, and now I gotta wait until it comes the DVD, and it's just like they can still do that. I don't know why they don't do that. It's ridiculous. Like, just wait, build the hype. Like what they should do is like keep showing commercials for it, like on the app. Yeah. And then like it just keeps coming in your head, and you're like, oh my god, when is it coming out? And it's like, oh, it's coming out next year, April. I was like, oh shit. But I don't know why they don't do that. Like, I feel like they would definitely get a hell of a lot more. Like, I guess their assumption is like people will only watch it because it's more fresh in their head. And it's like, well, if you make a good movie, people will still watch it like a year later and wait for it, because that's what we used to do.
They'll definitely buy it.
Yeah.
I had a coworker of mine that when I worked at the movie theater, he was always at Target, like for the new movie releases down there.
Yeah, that used to be a big deal.
He's like, yeah, oh, Target's gonna get something such and such next week. He's like, I'm gonna buy it. And I'm like, how do you know all this stuff? Like, he would know which movies are coming out, which they'd be like on Thursdays or whenever it was.
That's before the internet, you know? Before you could Google stuff. Like,
yeah, I mean, well, it was pretty early because this was early 2000s, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was the other cool thing is like, because you'd have, they still kind of do this with video games, but that's kind of, they're trying to go away from that, trying to do streaming.
You could get Blu-ray.
Yeah. But
whatever happened to Blu-ray, man?
I still buy them. Like if I find something I really like, then they do, surprisingly. But I'll buy a physical copy of it. But it used to be like if you went to Amazon or or not Amazon, because at the time, if you went to Walmart or you went to Target, there was a different version or like a different bonus that you get, and it's like you had to choose which one was the one you wanted to get.
Oh, okay.
I mean, or you could get both. Like, and the same thing with like international releases. So I've got somewhere there's the Resident Evil movie, like the first one, which is god awful, but it's watchable, but it's not good.
I think I saw that in the theaters with you guys.
Yeah, I think we did see that, but it's like it's definitely watchable, but it's not good. But I when I was in Germany, they had the German release version, and it was basically like it had this outside like plastic like gel sleeve that had like blood in it, essentially like fake blood.
Oh yeah.
So it had like a gel blood like cover on it, and
that was cool.
But it's like you could only get it in that place. So that's something that they don't really do much anymore, and I thought that was kind of cool. Like you had international versions that like music used to do that. You'd have an international release that had like 2 songs that you couldn't get anywhere else, right? Or something like that. And now with like everything is like you download instantly, like there's no hype anymore. Everything is just like click and gone. It's hard to get excited about stuff, and I think that's part of the problem outside of the terrible writing. Right. So let's get into that. So specifically Andor, let's start there. So, what were your thoughts? Let's go into that. Hello? Oh, there you I lost him. Hang on. Here he comes. There you are.
I'm back.
What was the last thing you heard?
You were talking about the blood case, and then right after that.
Yeah. But yeah,
the
excitement is gone. Oh, really?
There's a big storm coming up here. Yeah.
Oh, dang. So
hopefully
it'll be all right.
It's just passing over me, and I'm getting the very edge of it. But it's pretty. If I lived 20 minutes north of here, I'd be getting hammered with rain.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll be all right with that one.
That'll be. The rain's been weird lately. I think maybe the government is affecting the weather. I'm saying, like, they already admitted to it.
Yeah.
In other countries and in our own, really. So it's like, should be no surprise.
I mean, they can do it.
Yeah, they can. So why not? And why not manipulate the weather to their own advantage?
Yep. Because West Virginia needs some rain there. So.
Well, we got some pretty bad flooding. I don't know if you saw it on the news a couple of weeks ago.
Nope, don't watch it.
A week or so. Yeah. Yeah, some people were calling me and texting me saying, "Hey, I heard on the news that West Virginia got flooding."
Oh, jeez.
Pretty bad. And actually, that was like 20 minutes or so north of me.
Dang.
Because we got rain like for 3 or 4 days straight, and it was just like thunderstorm after thunderstorm. So yeah, they got a shit ton of rain.
Dang.
And it just eventually overflows, or the sewer system can't handle it. So when the sewer backs up,
great.
in the street, then it rolls over the street into the river or the creeks, so the streets are flooded.
So is there just shit everywhere? Does it smell like Denver?
Yeah, well, that's a good point too, because sewers probably back up too. But again, it all goes into the river, so you just don't want to be in the river.
Which is even better. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, sometimes
I like my gators to be covered in shit. Yeah. Not the gay scooter. Alligators. Yeah.
I wonder if the alligators can tell, like, we should stay away from this area because their sewage runs in here.
Oh, I'm sure they can. That's probably why they're on golf courses. Try and get away from all that shit that's in there.
I can't imagine they put the healthiest stuff to keep that grass green on the golf course.
Yeah. Well, especially in the old folks communities, right? Gators are probably like, there's way too many STDs in this water. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Don't get on that golf course.
Yeah. That's how you catch herpes.
You'll end up at the bowling alley or wherever. Where do these people go to meet? That's what I don't understand. I mean, obviously they have houses and stuff, but they probably go out and are, maybe they meet at the golf course. Maybe they meet at the local, because they take their golf carts everywhere.
The 13th hole.
Yeah. Yeah, 13 and 14 or whatever, however many holes you want to offer up.
We call it the back nine.
Let's play 10 holes.
I want to see them try to play a twister.
They can't because they're immobile.
Yeah, they like blow out a hip or something while they're trying.
Oh yeah. They probably can't play that game.
Yeah, but
that's a young man's game.
but that Viagra is going to keep them strong.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that might be the only thing.
Yeah, that's the only thing that survives. But so I think before you got cut off there, I was ending at like it's there's no excitement anymore for like new things coming out, because it's just kind of like it's what it's like. It's like it's like travel items, like what was that on Fight Club? And he's like single serving toothbrush, single serving. Yeah, that's what entertainment is nowadays. It's single serving. Like you're not meant to watch it again or to like talk about it ever again, or like, because like you know, the Fallout show, that's a great example. When's the last time you heard about that? Like that show,
Fallout Shelter?
The show, like that that was not that long ago that show like aired. So when did that show come out? So
I don't know. I never played the game, so
so this,
to know anything about the show, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, so there was like the so it's been a year, but I think it was like within a couple of months I stopped hearing about it. Like, and it's like, well, that's not a good sign. Like, that's a single serving.
On to the next, huh?
Yeah, that's a single serving show. You know, like it's not. It's not. And well, I think part of the problem. So even if it was a good show, which is not, they couldn't get past the first episode. But all the shows they come out like they don't come out like weekly. You know, it's like you get either the whole season all at once, or you get like 3 episodes at a time. It's like, no, I want one episode, and I want to sit on it and enjoy it, and then if it's good enough, then I'll watch the next one when it comes out. If it's not good enough, that's it, move on. And I think that's a part of the problem too, is they're just releasing stuff because of the single serving kind of outlook, and it's like they don't actually give a shit about are you going to want to watch this again? So, and that kind of sucks. Yeah. Now, going back to Andor though, like, so probably not gonna watch it again. You know, I don't think that's necessarily a single serving show, but it's not also maybe not something that you would like. Oh, I gotta watch the whole, 2 seasons again. But how did you feel about it? How did you take Andor?
Okay, so you said well, of course it was your recommendation.
Yeah,
you said it was really good. The way it was written was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I get past a couple episodes in season 2 that seemed pretty woke. So yeah, in general, basically. I kind of noticed this theme where it is kind of female heavy on the leading characters. Yes, men play a part, but it's not always exactly what you'd think. And so it does strike me as odd sometimes, even though you mentioned it, still to see it in action. I was like, well, I mean, why is this guy taking a back seat? Like, they should be, I mean, he or she has experience or capabilities. And it's like, it's not that it's wrong. It just seems strange.
Yeah.
Because in real life, you wouldn't see, and even in my daily life or where I work, like I just happen to work in an office, but we also do physical type stuff, and all the guys take care of all the physical stuff, and all the women are doing a lot of office paperwork, computing, so if it's like finance related or H.R. related or whatever, they're doing that. And it's like all the guys are all the engineers and the mechanics and working on everything. So there's a clear separation, with that. But if anybody's taking charge, it's usually the person that has the most experience, and then, so in this case, you got Andor, he's kind of like coming up through the ranks, I guess. He wants to resist just like anybody else, and then he does this big job, but then, like, I guess now he's a big deal. Yeah. And so is everybody else that did the job, I guess.
Yep.
Like, they're all like mystical.
Well, certainly elevated after that job, because I mean,
they're like, oh, who
essentially
are the rebels that did this attack?
Essentially, they robbed a bank. Like that's like the equivalent to it.
Yeah, a huge bank heist.
Yeah.
To fund their their rebellion.
Yeah.
And
which, man, what a beautiful shot that when they're going through the lights. Like, that's a very, very cool looking scene.
So that was kind of just kind of my take on that part of it.
Well, let me ask you, do you think because of all the woke shit and girl power, like not even girl power, like what is it, strong woman, strong female characters. Like, do you think that if that wasn't a thing that you would have noticed it?
Wait, you're saying if I didn't already have an aversion to all the woke stuff?
If they hadn't like basically took over everything, which is essentially what happened with that narrative, do you think like that would have stood out as much as it did with Andor in particular?
I would say because of the other thing I mentioned, because I do think about how things might actually work.
Mm-hmm.
So remember I said the suspension of disbelief doesn't always work on me.
Yeah.
And I'm always thinking, just for whatever reason, I'm thinking about how one thing connects to the other. And it's like, well, wait a second. He has these skills and he has this capability, but why didn't he use it in this scene? And then in another scene, like, for example, the Mandalorian has rocket pack.
Oh my god, dude!
Wait, there's so many times he could have used that, and he didn't.
Like every time, every time, every goddamn time he could use that fucking rocket pack. Like, why does he not ever use it, dude? It's like you literally could just like bend over and use the rocket pack and just headbutt people, and game over. Game over, dude.
Like in season 3, I just watched a fight between.
Yeah, but wasn't it because they're just retarded? Like they couldn't figure out how to use their jetpacks and they accidentally hit each other?
No, they challenge each other to a duel, I guess, so to speak. But you never made it that far, so you don't even.
Yeah.
It's not as bad, I'll say. But I know you didn't like that there was the woman that kind of. She kind of does take over eventually.
That's the part that I didn't like. I was like, what happened to the Mandalorian show? Like, you just completely they did the Last of Us 2 thing. They pulled the rug up underneath the character that you like, and then they gave you this shitty character that you didn't like. And it was like, and then with the Mandalorian, they basically did the same thing. And it was just like, no, I thought the show was about him. What the hell's going on? And they did the same thing with The Witcher. They did the same thing. They keep doing this where they like pull you in with the character that you know, or a character that you might like, and then even if that was a chick character, you don't switch the character. Like, the show needs to be about that person. These other people are secondary. And another time that I saw that was the Assassin's Creed, the Egypt one, not Odyssey. Origins, I think is what it's called. But anyway, the one in Egypt. So you play the entire game as the man that essentially he's supposed to be like the beginning of the Assassin's Creed or something like that. Like he's like starting the guild. And so he's like the first guy or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyway, he's starting the group of whatever. And then you get to like the last mission, and all of a sudden you got to play as his wife.
What?
And then you finish the game as his wife, and then she takes over the guild, and then he just kind of goes off and continues to be an assassin, but he's like just a guy assassin, and she's like the leader.
That would never happen in real life.
Even if it could, it wouldn't happen like that. Like why would you switch the character? Like, I've spent this entire game building up this character, getting all the armor and like getting the weapons, and then all of a sudden now I'm just not him anymore. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah,
like,
now you what is the majority of people that play that game? Is it male or female?
Well, I mean, just games in general are going to be male.
Yeah, so why in the world would you
exactly
why would you make it the only option to play as a female character?
Well, and I think The Last of Us would be a good example of, like, if you gave me a female character and then you switch it for even worse female character, like so basically they give you so you get Ellie because they kill the man like immediately, who is the guy that you've been playing the entire first game. Like, so you've invested into this one character, the guy, and then they, in the worst way possible, kill him off. So the big, I don't know, what do you call her? The Gabby Garcia, white chick, like gigantic woman, like somehow that's like roided out, like in a post-apocalyptic world. where food should be scarce, and she's like super gigantic, and she bashes his head in with the fucking golf club, and then and you're supposed to like, and then like later on they make you play as this character for most of the game, and like you're like, why the fuck do I want to do this? Like I hate this character, and then they try to make you like her, and you still hate her at the end. And then the other thing they do is they make the girl character from the first game a fucking cunt. Like, yeah, I said it. I used the C word. Yeah.
Bite your tongue.
Yeah. So, which sucks because the actress is really good. So it's the same actress, but like, they just make her not the same character essentially. And then so now you got to play with a character that you really did like. That's different. So they've changed her. And then not only that, you got to play the majority of the game as this character that you fucking hate. And they switch it. So because at first you're like, you don't quite understand that that's what's going on here. And then like they completely take away everything. You think that you're gonna play the dude at some point, you know, like, and it's like within like 20 minutes of the game or something like this. Really early on, they just bash his head in and he's gone forever. And you're like, what the fuck? Like,
WTF.
Yeah, and I think that's a good example of like, you had an opportunity to give me the female character, but if you would have just kind of kept the same version of her, like the same character and personality from the first one, you would have had a winner on your hands. But not only did you not do that, but you also gave me the old switcheroo by giving me the other character that I don't want to play as. And it's like, that's what they keep doing. They keep like doing the old switcheroo. And it's like, it's so frustrating. And like, I think at least in Andor, the moments where it feels like that, they go back. Like it doesn't take over. You know what I mean?
Okay. So yeah, there's different groups, I guess. And for example, so how much of The Mandalorian did you watch? You said up until like the second episode or something?
I definitely watched the first season, which the first season is not bad. I think if you want to watch something decent, that first season is pretty good. It's not great. It definitely has a lot of issues. It's really cookie cutter, kind of
basic.
Yeah, and it falls in the same problem that a lot of TV shows have nowadays, where they have to tell an overarching story, and that's it. Like, you know, they can't just do an episodic thing, which The Mandalorian is perfect for. Like, it should just be a bounty hunter doing bounties every episode, and it's just a new bounty all the time. Just like Star Trek, you know, it's a new mission every episode. Now there is an overarching kind of story that you can tell with something like that, but you don't have to do that. Like, we don't need, like, everybody's trying to be the new Breaking Bad. That's what they always fucking say. It's like Breaking Bad. It's like, well, it's not. It's not Breaking Bad. Like,
Breaking Bad.
Like, that's a good show. You're not making a good show. Like, that's the difference here.
Yeah. Well, Breaking Bad was definitely,
that's like top tier writing.
A huge character arc.
Yeah.
I mean, that hero's journey was.
Oh yeah.
He went to, like, I think he went straight from, I mean, as soon as he made a little money to take care of his son, then he went super dark side. He went from hero to villain.
Yeah.
Like, by the end.
Well, you know, it's
that was pretty good.
But it's like you go back and watch that show, like every episode has a beginning, middle, end. Even though they're telling this overarching story, like it's like, and that's what they don't know how to do that anymore. It's like, because we were talking.
Who wrote that?
The same guy that was the same guy that wrote The Shield. Might have been. That was a fucking great show too. Breaking Bad. Guess I need to write writer.
Jesus Christ wrote it? No.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah. The Christians gotta love that.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Yeah, Vince Gilligan. I think he is the one that wrote Shield. The Shield.
Oh, speaking of,
writer.
So we're on the topic of.
Oh no, that was Kurt Sutter. So he's the one that wrote
The Shield.
Sons of Anarchy. Okay.
Oh yeah, I did watch a few episodes of that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one too.
But did you watch that whole thing?
Yeah, I did. There's a long stretch of where it's kind of like, but I think overall, like it's a pretty good show.
Yeah, I just don't understand how that people live that lifestyle. I don't. Is that real? I mean, were they just like pretty much because like nobody really? I guess
I thought you lived in Florida at some
they
point in your
run
life.
drugs and guns and stuff, and I guess that's how they make their money.
Yeah,
But it's like, how does everybody get paid? And they
yeah.
just like kind of live off the random jobs and drink beer and they hang out at the clubhouse and ride their
But yeah,
motorcycle around and shit.
have you noticed the compound next to Pat's house?
That right next to his house?
Well, it's like one house over.
Yeah, yeah. They have motorcycles.
Yeah. The
Do they have like a team of motorcycles in and out all the time?
yeah, maybe so don't bring any weird stuff up with that freaking compound. Yeah, I'll tell you offline. But yeah, that's basically Sons of Anarchy right there. We'll just leave it at that.
I didn't know that. I was over there one day and I think I saw them leave on their motorcycles, but it was just two people, right? Two or three.
No, they yeah, that's a crazy place, dude.
Oh, they hosted a bike meet, did they?
That you can call it that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, maybe. I mean, this would have been 10.
Yeah.
Plus, maybe this was a while ago.
Yeah.
It could have been 10 years ago. I mean, it very well could have been. I mean, I think we were all over there at one point, and it was like, that's what we're talking about. But anyway, all right. So to get back to the women taking over in these shows, it's like, it's like there just seems to be a lot of positions where clearly there's a more physically dominant, strong man, but then a woman is in the position. It's not like the woman's more dominant. It's just it's a woman who's in charge, and it's like, well, okay. So the Mandalorian, for example, because that's what I'm watching now. The guild that he's in that you first see first season.
That is the way.
Like there's a woman who's in charge, right? Yeah. She's forging all the Beskar.
What is it called? That is the way, or it is the way?
They say this is the way.
This is the way. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't say that for a while, so you don't hear that for a few episodes. So you don't get the tagline right off the bat, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's calm, she's reserved, she seems to know the creed pretty good, and she kind of like makes rulings on things. But she's also forging, and none of the guys are doing that. She's the only one doing that. So I don't get that part. I don't know why, if she's the only one that can, if she somehow has the right to and no one else can, I don't get it.
Well, I think it really does come down to like, one, if they wrote a good story, nobody would give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, and two, if they didn't set us up for, oh my God, another woman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they would just write good stories, and which you can put women in those positions in good stories, like Ellen Ripley from Alien, that's a classic example, where they did do a switcheroo because nobody saw that coming especially back then. But nobody gave a shit. The movie was so good that you don't even notice the switch happened, where the male lead is now dead and now she is the lead, or she's been the lead the whole time. You just didn't know because that wasn't the thing back in the day. But also nobody cared because it was like such a good movie that you're like, oh my God, I hope she gets out of this. Like, like that's what you're thinking about. And when they set us up for this, where it's like, you have this strong female character that can do no wrong, and has no flaws, and like never makes a mistake and is always right. It's like, well, now we don't care about what happens to them. Which means the next time you show us a strong female character, even if she's a good one, like she has the flaws and all these things, like we're gonna be set up for like, oh, another strong female character that's better than all the guys. And it's like, well, even if that's not the case, that's still what I'm going to think, because you've put that in my brain. And I think that's really the problem here. Is like, the issue isn't with her being the blacksmith. The issue is with us questioning the fact that she could be the blacksmith, because we're questioning the reason why they made her the blacksmith. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't know how she got there.
Yeah,
Right?
in a good story, it wouldn't matter. Like I wouldn't have to know that. I don't need the backstory. But when it's one, it's not like the best story ever, but also it's a Disney movie or Disney product. Like
Well,
I'm clearly looking at this at an angle of like, what is their angle here? Like, what is their message they're trying to tell me? And I think that in the grand scheme of things is the actual issue is the like, we clearly are okay with female leads and strong female characters because Alien is always the example. Like no one complains about her being like the strong female character. Because she's not always that way. She makes mistakes. She has to build up to be that person. So
what was the other one you brought up? You said some girl commented, and she's like, yeah, good thing we have a strong female lead character in like some movie, and then Sigourney Weaver.
Oh yeah, that was
commented it and said like, "Oh yeah, I guess I wasn't an alien."
Yeah,
blah 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 blah. You know,
that's Jennifer Lawrence. She's like, you know, it's just like I'm the first female lead, and or something like that. And it was like, like Sigourney Weaver's like, what? I guess I didn't make Aliens.
Yeah.
Alien. Well, I guess I didn't make Aliens, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection.
Yeah.
Like because every single one of those she's like the main character and the strong female character. But like yeah, it's so ridiculous. Like they don't like, they have no idea.
Well, the kids don't know, and it's like, but for this generation, because none of the little girls now grow up watching Aliens, so they don't know. And it's think about it from the mind of a 15 or a 20-year-old. Well, you're gonna watch. What was that show she was even in? I don't remember.
Yeah.
The name? Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh.
What was it?
I don't really care. I always thought that she was a shitty actress, and I never understood the appeal because she's not. She's good looking, but she's not like movie star attractive to me.
Yeah, but she wasn't also. Maybe her acting wasn't as good. So no, I do remember seeing.
She's not good at all. The freaking if you look at the poster for Hunger Games, which is 1-for-1 shot for the Running Man.
Really?
Which I can prove it because when that movie came out and I saw it and I was like, this is the Running Man. Like this is the story of the Running Man. And then that weekend, the same fucking weekend, the Running Man was on TV that weekend.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, I'm not the only one that thought this was the same fucking movie. I was like, oh, Stephen King already wrote this story, so why is this like a phenomenon all of a sudden? It's like, oh, this has never been told. It's like it's been told before, twice. in a book and a movie. Yeah, and it was way better the first time.
Yeah. I think you can pretty much rehash stories every 20 years, 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they say everything becomes popular again after a while.
Well, I mean, I'm totally fine with that, but it's like, you need to still make a good movie though, and I don't think Hunger Games was a good movie.
Yeah.
So
well,
for one,
Hunger Games.
Well, first, like the because I don't want to forget the poster, right? So if you look at the poster, that's the only expression she has for that entire movie.
Oh yeah,
is that face? That same exact face is her. That's her face. She can't do anything else. like that is her acting ability right there.
Well, don't a lot of people make fun of like the Twilight, the chicken?
Oh, that chick too.
Series?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? I will say Jennifer Lawrence looks way better than that chick.
Yeah. So yeah, that chick's.
She's like crack whore looking. She looks like a crack whore.
Well, I mean, it's funny they call her Bella, and she's like supposed to be this. She's just a regular high school chick. There's nothing special about her. She's not super pretty.
And the ugly one that lives in the trailer park. That's what she looks like.
No, I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, I think I can't remember. Usually, I see these movies with a girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And
well,
I might watch one or two, but I never watch the whole thing because I don't really care about it.
Because those vampire movies are like taking the girl to the musical. It's like blowjobs. I want to get that blowjob. Did you see that South Park episode?
Yes.
The musicals.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just like the problem is the reason for the placement of the character and the not good writing. That's really what it is. What it boils down to. It's like you're not putting the character in there for any other reason other than strong female character. like you can put the character in there and make them male female, doesn't matter. But if your reason for making them strong female character is to make them a strong female character, that's the wrong character. Like you're not making it. You're not going to make a good character, but you're also you've got an agenda behind the character. So it's like you're not going to be able to write that in a way that people are going to like it, because like you mentioned before, you can't relate to them. It's the suspension of disbelief there is gone.
Well, they're writing it. I think they're writing it like a male character, and they're adjusting
exactly
for a female character.
Yeah,
and then putting a woman on the screen. It's like, well, wait a second. She's challenging men that in real life, there's no way this would ever happen.
Yeah.
Like okay, so season 3, what I just watched, episode 4, 5, 6, something like that. There's this lady, this female Mandalorian, challenges one of the guys that was in her group before. They kind of like split off.
Is it the one that never wears her helmet? Because that was fucking frustrating.
Yeah, so she doesn't wear a helmet.
I'm like, why are you not wearing your helmet? Isn't that the way? I thought it was the way.
No, I guess it's not. I guess it's the new way.
It's only the way if it's a dude. That's what it is.
Turns out that the guy, the actual Mandalorian, the main character, he's a part of a guild that follows the old way, right? The old ancient ways. So that's why. So the new group can take off their helmets and they don't care.
So that's why that's also why they did the switcheroo.
Yeah, I guess so. They're just showing that like we're getting rid of the old ways. We don't always have to do it this way. And also we got a woman that's in charge of everybody. Not only that, but it's like his original guild, there's a woman that seems to be in charge. And then once all the guilds get together, there's the other woman that you're talking about, that she kind of has to lead everybody.
Yeah.
And I think partially too because she says in season 2, I think, she's like, yeah, I was a part of the ruling family here on Mandalore. So she was a part of the royal family.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it was just natural for her to be a Mandalorian as a young girl, I guess. She got sworn in. Mm-hmm. Get you sworn in. It looks like a peanut.
Yeah. Oh man.
So, well, we'll shout out to one of the best movies ever.
Oh yeah. Seriously.
So she
brought to you by Carl's Jr.
Yeah, why do you keep saying it?
Because they pay me every time I do. If you're so smart, you know that.
Smart, you know that.
Oh shit, man!
Dude,
see
that's gotta be gotta be in the top 20 best movies.
It is certainly on the top list there. So. Holy shit, man. What a great film.
So she challenges this guy to basically be the leader, and of course their creed is basically if you challenge someone then you got to fight, and they start fighting, and you think this big muscular looking guy would be able to beat up a girl. Nope, she doesn't like totally whoop up on him, but she does get him in a couple positions where he's like pretty much stuck. I mean at least that's what they're trying to show. I'm thinking no, that would never happen.
Yeah, and you know what, I'm gonna pull up a video. Keep talking, but I'm gonna pull up a video that is gonna illustrate our point here very clearly. But keep going on that point. So and she's smaller than him. Now I could see if Gina Carano was fighting this guy, because Gina's big and she's got fighting skill. I was going to bring that up. Yeah, because she legitimately in real life is a UFC fighter, and I would say that she probably could beat up quite a few dudes. Like,
oh yeah,
like especially if they weren't also fighters themselves.
Yeah. So if you have training, that's pretty big deal, especially if you're a fighter. You have like, I'm sure the odds are stacked ever in your favor, if I can use that.
Yeah.
If I can use that phrase.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But yeah, Gina. So I could see Gina, her character, fighting these other guys, but this girl happens to be physically smaller, and it's like, I think we know statistically, that women are. It's just how it is, but they're usually not as strong as men, and it's often by a couple of factors, like say a woman goes to do deadlifts or bench press or squat or whatever. Well, usually guys can do at least double, at least.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got a woman who's half as strong as you, and she's fighting, and I'm thinking, okay, I don't understand how this could literally be possible.
Yeah.
Now, is this a suspension of disbelief, and I'm just supposed to believe she's a badass?
Yeah.
No, I can't believe that, because that's not how I think, right?
Yeah.
So I'm always questioning this stuff in the movies and saying, okay, well, this would never happen. Now I get it if they see she's a part of the nobility and maybe she has some right to the throne or something about that. Okay, I get that part. And maybe out of respect and her lineage and her family and her bloodline, maybe she gets heir to the throne. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But not just because you fought some dude like one time. And you, I just have a hard time believing that she's able to dominate.
Who didn't use his jetpack like an idiot?
Yeah, I think he did. I think
did
he did a couple times.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Because they ram each other.
You know why they use it is because it's visually exciting. That's the only reason. They didn't use it for any other purpose. Like, it wasn't tactical.
They wasn't taking the jetpacks off.
Yeah, that's my opinion. It should have been hand to hand.
A real fight.
Like,
hand to hand.
No weapons.
Man to man.
Yeah, man to woe man.
Man to woe man.
Like Gina Carano is convincing as a strong female character.
And again, back to the physically imposing size and her ability or training.
Yeah, and she's clearly she's muscular as well. Like, she's not just like a big girl. Like, she's
thick.
Yeah, thick in a good way. Yeah, she's looking good, bro.
She has a lot of core strength. You can tell she's like not as curvy. I mean,
she's got a cute ass face too, man. I gotta say that.
A picture of her outside of the Mandalorian.
Yeah, you got to see her before, because she's gained weight since UFC. But back in the UFC days, holy shit! Let me pull that up.
Oh yeah,
she looked good, man.
Yeah, she's looking good.
Yeah, Gina.
How tall is she, by the way? She looks like she's like what, 5'9", 5'10".
Let's get that first. 5'8". You're pretty close.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah. Let's see. Gina Carano.
Yeah, so she would be a pretty substantial woman to just pass on the street,
Yeah, she's still,
because the average woman is not. The average woman is like 5'5", 5'6", maybe at probably not even.
Yeah.
5'4".
Well, you also got to
shorter.
think too, when she was in her prime, like UFC prime, dude, she would, because like not only was she like in shape, but she was also like, she's fighting all the time, so she's got that experience, and she was definitely more agile because she wasn't as bulky, so she would have been a lot quicker. So she would have been a fucking handful for a lot of dudes if they ever got in a fight with her.
For multiple reasons, you're saying?
Yeah. Like, not saying that I wouldn't want to, here we go. Let's see.
You ever wanted to be dominated by a UFC fighting woman?
I'll tell you what.
I don't know.
I wouldn't mind. Does this really hurt? Gina Carano, that's what it says. Does that hurt? Dang. Hang on. Not sure if that face looks different.
Can you make my avatar's eyes bug out at different times, like scale the eyes, like over here?
I probably
make the hat pop off too. Make the hat bounce around.
Yeah, I probably could.
While my head moves.
Here we go. let's try this. Oop, there you go. Your face looks.
Yeah, it's probably she's thinner.
But try to get another one here. There's one on here where
those. Yeah, she does look pretty muscular.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's get a fight. Hang on. Get her in a fight.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about it,
I never really watched UFC, so I only heard about her because
oh dang, she looks good.
During COVID, she got canceled for saying something like that to me didn't seem offensive, and what was it, like a robot comment?
It wasn't even like so
it wasn't even directed against humans. It was like a robot thing. It's like, what the.
Well, the big problem was it was not the way. she was talking the opposite of what Disney talks about, and so they fired her, and now they're getting sued, and they're about to have to go public with everything, which is going to tank the company more than likely. Let's see her.
Because you're essentially affecting someone's career because of free speech.
Oh,
it's like that. I mean, if it is truly protected, then that shouldn't happen. But no, that was happening left and right during COVID, right? You say the wrong thing, you get adjusted, you get throttled on YouTube, you get demonetized. Facebook down rates your reach, or not even at all. Like, you don't even reach a normal audience.
Oh yeah,
so, that's painfully obvious.
Yeah, she is gonna probably come out with so much money.
Yeah, well.
Okay, so let's try.
I mean, she was decent. She was decent in the show too.
I liked her as a character. That's what we're talking about, right? Like that was
she was a good supporting character.
Yeah.
She was the main one, but she was like
there we
good, go. Because he kept going back. He's like, "Hey, I need you for this mission." Like, okay, cool. I'll help. It's like great. I see it.
Oh, that's pretty quick, man. Let's see some knockouts here. She's got the clean face after that fight. That's a good sign for her.
Oh yeah, no blood.
Yeah. Oh dang! Like literally. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, she would fuck you up, dude. Like, dang, that was a kick, dude. Holy shit. Oh. Yeah, that person does not need to be in the ring. Yeah, she's that's a force to be reckoned with right there. Oh, did you get kicked off? You still there?
I'm here.
All right, so on that note, let's pull up. This is from the movie The Killer. Have you seen that?
No.
Okay, so on the note of just size as a problem in a fight. So this is a fight scene. Obviously it's a movie, but I think it's pretty realistic, where Michael Fassbender, who I don't know, do you know who he is?
That should be no, I've heard the name.
Okay, so you probably recognize him when you see him, but he's a taller guy, but he's pretty thin. He's a skinnier guy.
What weight class was Dina fighting in? Was she heavyweight? Or was she
I don't know. I don't know enough about.
Because she's 5'8", and she was probably. I mean, if she's 5'8", she was probably what 120, 130, 140 maybe. Even?
So let's see.
I don't know. She looked pretty thin in some of those pics, but.
So yeah, 143.
I don't know if that counts as her being a heavyweight for women or not.
Why is this not saying that? Because I don't know enough about women's.
Because there was this one video I have been seeing recently where like this real heavy girl, like she must be 400 pounds, 500 pounds. She's in the ring, and basically her opponent weighs like a quarter what she does.
Dang.
Looks like her opponent weighs like 110 pounds.
So that's featherweight for girls. So 143.
It's featherweight.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. So what is that? What Gina was fighting in?
That's what it says here. I don't know if that's true, but that's off of these fight sites.
Okay. So this really big girl, like, kind of chases around this skinny girl, and she's thinking as soon as she gets her, she's just gonna mush her up against the fence, or she's gonna hit her real hard. Well, anyway, she ends up like I don't know if she jukes her or something, or anyway, the big girl, the fat chick, falls down face first into the fence and like kind of almost like maybe knocks herself out or something. And she doesn't even, nobody gets a hit in. It's just like the fat chick kind of falls down and hurts herself. It's like, well, if that's not an advertisement to lose weight,
yeah, right.
I mean, you can't even, like, you're not even fighting and you hurt yourself. You hurt your own self because of your weight.
There you go. Woo, woo.
So, yeah, it's just funny. And then you see the other one where the guy fights like 4 chicks or 3 or 4 chicks.
Yeah,
Wait, what is this? Is this Gina Carano with like a bathing suit pasted over her? Because it's red.
Oh no, that's probably an actual suit. And hang on, your brother just texted me, so I'm like, I'm gonna tell him to go online here since he's wasting his time sending all these stupid things.
Wait, that's Gina? That picture you sent me?
Yeah, man.
Yes. God damn.
I know. That's what I'm saying, bro.
It looks like she's photoshopped there or augmented or something. Well, or she got a boob job.
For sure, Photoshop, because that's
yeah, but were her
ESPN.
Were her boobs like that? Were her boobs like that?
Who cares, man? Oh, damn it.
I mean, I do. That's what I'm asking.
Hang on. I'm making mistakes here. I sent the wrong video. Why did it send that one?
You're getting all torqued up over Gina here.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, man, I said it. She's a good looking fucking woman, man. So, you know, even in her chunky days, I like it. I like the
chunky monkey. Well, she was never fat though. I mean, there's a difference between being like lean, like fighting weight, because you're down to whatever percentage, but most women are going to carry around like 30% body fat, right?
Yeah,
or more maybe, because that's just more natural for them to carry it around. But guys can look good at 15.
Yeah.
So you start to see abs at that point, I guess.
Well, okay. So here's what I was getting at with the Michael Fassbender one. So he's like an average sized guy, you know. So, but he's also an assassin in the movie. So he's clearly going to be, you know, effective as far as like hand to hand combat. Which he actually, funny enough, he's in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But in this scene, he's going up against a pretty big dude, and it's not an easy fight. And I think this illustrates our point with size is a problem, and they keep trying to make it not a problem. So I'm going to pause this every once in a while so we don't get canceled, but let's see.
All right.
Here we go.
Boom. Oh, smashed right into a column.
Okay, we'll pause that for a second, and then there we go. Okay. So he's clearly having some problems here. See?
Yeah.
That's not an easy fight for him. Okay. He's getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Right? Because that guy is gigantic in comparison to him. Right? And this is a trained killer. He's an assassin. That's his job. And he's getting his ass whooped by just some random dude who's not an assassin, as far as I know. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe he is one, but... But see, he's gonna fight intelligently here. He's gonna do whatever he can to get the fuck out of this fight. Right? Okay. So that's what they don't show. It's like you need to use your surroundings, right? When you're a smaller person.
Yeah.
But see, he's getting like literally just tossed around like a rag doll. See, use the glass. Right there, like, you know, and the guy's still coming because, you know, despite the trope, you know, kicking somebody in the balls, not necessarily is going to take them out of the fight. So you got to hit him in the head, knock him out.
Yeah.
It's bong.
I mean, I think it would definitely stun you for a second, but yeah. I mean, you could probably still. Yeah. But go after someone.
A glass over the head is going to do much better. See, look at that. He just kicked the shit out of him. Like, even if he's a good fighter, there's nothing he could do. There was too much weight behind that.
Yeah, right. The guy was a lot big.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe this guy was another assassin, but he's, it's still like so he's doing something, but he's not winning the fight, like, Look at it. So he got some action in, and the guy immediately, like, just overpowered him.
Yeah, and now imagine you're a girl fighting a guy.
Okay, so here's the thing that always comes up with girls fighting dudes in movies. They get the rear naked choke. Okay.
Yeah, and surprisingly, that's one of the things that she did in The Mandalorian.
yeah. Okay. So now let's see what might actually happen when you do that to a bigger opponent. That right there. Like, this is what happens when you try to rear naked choke a bigger opponent.
Just flip them.
right here. That's what they do to you.
Now you know this.
Now, was everyone paying attention there? Because if you try to rear naked choke a bigger opponent, they're gonna body slam you backwards, and it's not gonna feel good. And you're probably, if you don't crack your skull open, you're gonna most likely let go of them, because that's the reaction that you have. Unless you're a trained fighter, and we're looking here, so I understand it's a movie, Jesus Christ, but he's a trained fighter, and he's still let go, because that is incredibly painful to like get slammed on the ground like that. So he probably got his bell rung, probably banged his head on the ground there, and in a lot of cases that can kill you. So this is the reality of a bigger opponent when you try to rear naked choke them. So if you're a trained fighter, that might be a possibility, so you're kind of anticipating that. I'm not saying that this is what I would do, but this is like when I've seen other fighters in this situation and the guy does that to them and they're still hanging on. Well, it's because they're ready for that, right? So even this guy who's probably ready for that, it hurt him bad enough to where he let go. And that's the reality. If you're a little girl trying to rear naked choke a giant man, he's gonna destroy you, as far as like at least like get you off of him. Like he's gonna just body slam backwards, and you're gonna get out of breath, and then he's gonna turn around and beat the fuck out of you. So stop trying to rear naked choke people. Okay. Unless you can wrap your legs around them in a way that you can like body triangle, or like get them in a position where they can't get you off of them. Don't do it. It's not going to be effective if they can move around. That's the.
Well, she ends up in The Mandalorian. She ends up like on top of him, like straddling him, like in like a mount position.
Yeah, but even that, man, like you gotta have
to flip her off.
You gotta have enough weight to hold them down. That's
and she's not heavier than him.
And you've got, with the rear naked choke, there's like 30 seconds. Like if it's locked in like hardcore. So like that's a lot of time for him to, especially if he's been in a rear naked choke a million times, he's gonna be pretty relaxed. Like, and he's gonna know how to get the fuck out of that. So anyway, that's kind of the point there. That's what happens to you in reality if you try to rear naked choke somebody. So, nice sweep. Just so happens the guy got stabbed by the table. Right? So he got lucky there. So now he's got an advantage. But he got an advantage not from his own doing. By sheer coincidence. Okay? But they also set that up. They showed the table break. They, it's not just a what do you think? Convenience, right?
Yeah.
Now, if we continue watch, we'll realize that even though this guy is severely wounded, he's still not easy to take down. Okay, so he's in a bad way. Yeah. Definitely sucks for him. Right now he's being smart. He's not just sitting there waiting so he can punch the dude like they would if it was a chick. She wouldn't go to grab a knife. She would just sit there. But no, he's gonna grab a knife. Oh, wait, no, he's gonna grab a cheese grater. My bad.
He's like, fuck.
Yeah. Okay. And then the big guy, he's wounded, so he's gonna grab the gun. Ooh, that's a bad one. And then he throws it because he's like, well, this isn't gonna work. Yeah. And the guy's shooting at him. Best thing you could do at this point, close that door. What did he say? Is that a Dominican and Republican? Is that what he said?
I don't know. I can't hear it.
I can't hear it? I thought I had this where you could hear it.
Well, my TV's down.
Oh yeah, you know, it's been a while since I've seen this. I think he is an assassin, but yeah. So which even makes it, you know, clearer why this would be a problem for you. Was that his balls?
Yeah, where did that table leg go?
Oh, he pulled it out, which was like probably not a good idea.
Yeah, well, otherwise, what's he gonna do?
Yeah. Okay, so now he's grabbing the gun. And that's how you fix that problem. You Indiana Jones it. So instead of fighting this dude, he finds his gun and he shoots him. Which is not what they do when it's a chick fighting a bigger dude.
Yeah.
So I think that basically sums it up. You know, what we've been talking about. It's like the size is a clear factor. The build of you know, men versus women is clearly a factor. When you have somebody that's like a Gina Carano, okay, now you're equaling the ground a little bit better. But in this movie, we have a man versus another man. They're both trained killers. That's their jobs. And the smaller guy is getting his ass whooped. And he's the protagonist, like he's the main character, right? So he's the guy you're supposed to be rooting for. And he eventually gets to the point where he's like, I'm not going to win this fight. So he shoots him. You know, it's like,
why didn't he shoot him before?
Well, he tried, but the guy got to him beforehand. He snuck up behind him or something.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's just one of those things. Like this is a realistic scene. So, like of a smaller opponent versus a bigger one. That's the point.
Yeah. Now show those YouTube videos where
the
Karens get their.
do you know the Karen
I don't know what it's called.
Gets knocked out? Here we go.
I could send it to you, but like basically it's like chicks that hit men, and then sometimes the men hit them back, and that's all it takes, just one hit.
Oh my god, why is that 30 minutes long? It's crap. It's crap. Oh my god, I don't want to see little kids beating the shit at each other because that's retarded. I want to see like an actual chick.
I think it was called. I can't remember. I thought it had to do with Karen.
Why are these? All of these are like fucking. They want to tell the story. It's so stupid. It's like just show me the knockout. That's it. Highlights.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's what these videos are.
No, they're the ones that I'm finding. They're knockouts, but they have this like, it's like 20-30 minutes long.
Oh, we don't need that.
Okay, wait. What is this? Wait, no. I don't know what this. God damn it. Oh my god, YouTube. That's not a Karen, that's a gay dude. That's different.
There can be. What are the?
Yeah, see, this was like 37 minutes long. Jesus Christ, man. Oh shit, that was a chick knocking another chick out. Still 26 minutes long. Who makes these videos?
Yeah, I don't know.
Jesus Christ, man.
Like, who watches that?
This is, they're all, there's not one under 27 minutes. Not a single one. This is insane. Yeah, you know what's funny? The video that's 17 seconds long, guess what it is?
A cat.
No. Sports reporter knocked out by football player. Because she's just on the field and she gets, oh, here it is. Oh, shit. Oh, okay, that's not even that good. It's not even good. Damn it, dude. Chicks fighting a target. I don't care. 37 minutes long. Come on, man. All right. You need to give me a
show. I don't know if it was like
a video.
Men hitting women, or it was like women hit men first, or something like. There's something like that. Like Karen's getting justice, or getting karma, or instant karma, or something.
Let's see. What is this? Oh shit! God damn it, dude! All she did was get hit in the face. I want to see like a true knockout here. Anyway, we know the truth.
Well, all these videos, and I watched this like had to have been a couple of years back, maybe even longer than that. But it was like just the clips that you're talking about, what you want to see. And it was like a woman arguing with a man or a cop or something, and usually they get defiant and they hit the guy, and then it's like the guy hits back, and then boom, they start crying, and they're shocked all of a sudden, like, oh, how could you hit me? It's like, well, you opened it up to hitting as soon as you started hitting.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what did you think was going to happen?
He had to defend himself.
Yeah, like, I don't understand that part. Like, oh, you're just supposed to stand there and take it.
Let's see.
I don't know what these people are thinking.
Let's see. Karen knockout. All right, compilation. I'm good with that.
It must have been like, yeah, it'd be a compilation. It'd be like instant karma or something like that.
Oh, that dude elbowed.
But this was years ago.
Oh my god, no! This is not. It's not Karen's. It says Karen picked a fight and got knocked out. And it's nothing but dudes. What a fucking asshole! Whoever made that. Yeah, I hate it when they do that. It's like, label your shit right, dude. You know. Same thing here. Racist Karen gets knocked out cold. It's dudes. It's all dudes. Yeah, the first. I haven't seen a chick get knocked out yet. It's just all dudes. Anyway, I'm not going to keep looking because this is a ridiculous search here. And your brother has an excuse. He said, what did he say? He's getting to bed.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. He accidentally broke a window at jiu-jitsu, though. Okay.
Really?
We'll see what that means. He said a story for another day. But yeah, I think that's the main thing is they just gotta they want to be grounded, like right grounded stuff, man. You know, if you want a tough ass chick, Gina Carano, that's your one. That's your one man. Matter of fact, let's pull that picture up again. Picture. Let's see here, Gina Carano.
I'm not sure how I saw that long ago, because it was like a pretty decent compilation of like all these chicks like picking a fight basically, and you could see how it really didn't last long at all.
Yeah. Let's see. I guess that's it. There we go. Nice. Don't mind seeing that in the background. Gina Carano.
Ew, gross.
But yeah. So all right. So comparison Andor Mandalorian.
Yeah.
What are your feelings on that? Because they're Disney Plus shows, they're Star Wars shows, and
yeah,
you're at least the same amount of seasons in, even though you're in season 3 of the Mandalorian. But
I don't know. I think you can tell that Mandalorian is probably a little older, but it's really not that much older.
Yeah, it's only like with a year or so, something like that.
But it is written differently. It probably doesn't seem as complex.
Yep.
You know, on season 2, I wasn't too keen of all the giant monsters and stuff. I didn't really get that part.
Yeah, I mean,
but
it's
cool
to look at, but
season 3.
Yeah, it's cool to look at, but it's like can't just he fight a smaller monster, like, and yeah. I think that'd be a lot more interesting. And can he use the fucking jetpack for goddamn change? Like,
oh yeah, to escape anything.
Yeah, like everything. Like why?
Yeah.
Why does he never use it?
You can literally fly.
Yeah, like
you use it?
Like it. Is it empty? Is it for show? Is it like Mad Max and the Road Warrior with he's got the shotgun with no bullets?
Well, actually, I think once you get to season 3, you finally see a scenario where they run out of fuel.
You know why? Because they had to whatever part of the story they needed to tell. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, which is fine, but if it's like, if you don't ever use the jetpack, I don't believe you that you ran out of fuel.
Well, I can tell you the scene, or I can tell you about it.
Okay,
So basically,
let's go.
a giant monster takes a kid, and they got to get the kid back because it's one of the.
Is it the kid, or is it baby Grogu, or whatever the fuck that
No,
thing
it's
is?
not Grogu this time. It is a young kid, a foundling, or whatever they call it.
Okay.
Anyway, this giant dragon takes the kid and takes it back to its nest. I guess it doesn't eat it immediately. It's like baby food, apparently. Well, then they're like, "Oh, I followed it in my ship, but it was like pretty far away." And everybody went after it with their rocket packs, but then they started running out of fuel. So, yeah, so they couldn't follow the dragon the whole way. Yeah, because it was so far, right? So they're like, "Oh, well, we can't use our rocket packs now because it's so far away. So we got to take the ship, and let's not use our rocket packs
ever again
either." Dragon, so we got to sneak up on it.
Yeah, like we're not gonna fight a dragon like and use all of the tools that we have.
Yeah.
Like, it's so retarded. I hate it so much. It's like, why are you not using everything to your advantage? Like, even if it doesn't work, like, at least you try it first and then you realize, oh shit, that doesn't work. You know, it's
the first.
So it's like, all right, so going back to Mad Max, right? So he starts off and he's got the shotgun, and he doesn't have any bullets. But he's still using it because when you point a gun at somebody, you don't know they don't have any bullets unless it's a revolver. And then later on, he finds some bullets, and this is good, excellent writing, because when he finds the bullets, he tests them, so he squeezes them. Are they still intact? And one of the bullets just kind of like shreds apart, like in his hand. He's like, okay, well that's.
You mean the shotgun shell?
Yeah, shotgun shell. Yeah, sorry. Specifically shotgun, because you can't do that with a bullet. But yeah,
oh, the beads are in there.
Yeah. Well, so he squeezes it, and because some shotgun shells are the material they use, it's not going to last that long, like over time. So he's squeezes it, and then it just kind of disintegrates, and he's like, oh shit. And then the other two that he grabs, he's like, okay, this one works. It's pretty tight. And then he puts those in a shotgun. And the guy's like. All this time, you didn't have any bullets in that fucking thing, and he thought he had like a loaded gun, and then later on in the movie, that shell, not like just disintegrating in his hand, comes into play again because one of the bullets, or the bullet that he puts in there, the shell, he goes to fire it, and it like just sparks, like it doesn't actually. Like it doesn't fire, and so now he's like, the whole time he's been thinking he has something that he can use, and he tries to use it, and then now he can't, and so like he's got a jetpack that he uses, and then it doesn't work, and then he goes and uses other stuff. That's what you need to do with the jetpack. Use it first, and then when you realize you can't do it, then okay, now you can't use it. But show me that you try first.
Yeah. Well, he uses it in some cases, and in other cases he does not.
Which is the problem. Like you should.
Yeah, it's like
that's like the most powerful tool you have.
Like flight. You can literally fly, and they can fly away pretty quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Like
they're not slow.
And even in like when they're in like that cave or whatever with the what is that, the alligator, right? Like
alligator?
Is that the third season? I saw a clip of this. It's like everybody's.
There's a giant alligator.
It's like everybody's retarded fighting this alligator. Let me see.
Oh yeah, that was stupid. Yeah, this alligator comes out of the ocean, basically. This giant alligator, and it's right at the mouth of their cave where they live, pretty much. So. And it's so funny how the alligator sneaks up on him. It's like 20 feet tall. This alligator is like a whale. Imagine a whale sneaking up on shore and being able to to grab people.
Is it the turtle thing? Is that what? There it is.
First of all, I don't think it's not going to go after humans on the shore. It's going to go after other sea life, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was in the beginning. I think
the sea monster. Here we go. So let's break this down.
Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress.
No, don't do that. All right, we might have an ad here, but get through it. All right, here we go.
I just want to see Gina.
I know, right?
Fighting.
Yeah, we'll do that after this. It's oh my god. What? Oh my god, another ad. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I hate you so much.
I thought you had premium.
There we go. Yeah, but I'm on the whatchamacallit, the incognito mode. Okay, we don't care about this stuff. Let's just see the retarded fighting. Okay, so already.
Look at how big that thing is.
All right, so this thing, even if it snuck up on you, which it definitely couldn't. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
Like, cause how deep would that need to be for it to be able to sneak up on them?
Oh, I know.
Like
ridiculous amount.
And that's not how typically how shorelines work.
They're in an inlet. They're in like this little beachy inlet, which is, it's going to be shallow for a little bit.
Okay, and then so the next thing, let's suspend the disbelief for a second. It does get the drop on them. Why the fuck aren't any of them using their jetpack immediately?
Yeah, just get away.
Right here. Why are they doing that? Right there. That's the dumbest thing you could possibly do in this situation. You got a jetpack on. I can see it, and you're not using it. The person that just got thrown down, I get it. She didn't see it coming. She's the first casualty. But these two guys, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
yeah, why are you running?
And then every single person here in this shot. Why are you not using your jetpack?
Well, none of them have jetpacks, it looks like.
Oh, well, this guy's really fat, so he doesn't belong anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
oh man, the DEI hires in this show they're here and there, but you can definitely see like it's that's another thing I noticed that is odd.
Yeah.
And there are some overweight people.
So let's say those guys are fine, but yeah, there's another jetpack guy. Not using jetpack. That guy just got eaten, had a jetpack on.
That's a giant alligator. Look at that. I mean,
that guy's got a jetpack. He's got a jetpack. Like, all right, let's see.
And why are you even within range?
Jetpack.
That's what I don't understand. Okay. Why are they
not running? Why are you not running away if you don't have any weapons?
Shoot. Yeah, just step back.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of there.
Okay, this guy has a giant rifle on his back.
Yeah.
Giant, like Gatling gun on his back. Is that what that is? Like, what else could it be? Yeah. And a jetpack.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you should be using that. That guy's, why is this guy not the leader? This guy's carrying the banner.
He's the big dumb ox.
But he's got a rifle on his back. Like, I have a feeling this is probably a good time for you to bust out that rifle, dude. Like, the colors bearing the arms is not going to do anybody any favors. When there's no other, like, it's not like the Civil War, where like it's like the honor of like holding the flag, right? Like,
so he has a teal on his mask, his helmet.
Yeah. Okay. There's another guy. Get back. Y'all should be running the fuck back. Like, as far.
Why is he having to tell them to get back?
Like, you should be getting, like, why are you all clumped together? Like, that thing just ate like 15 guys at once, and you're still clumped together. Like, don't they know anything? Like, don't they train?
Yeah. Like, see, this is why.
He just now, how long has this has been going on? For 30 seconds, and he just now pulled out the Gatling gun.
Well, he had to get everybody back because they can't figure out how to do it on their own.
And who the hell is this little kid? Like, is it a little mini Mandalorian? What is that?
Yeah, the kids.
Jesus Christ.
And
okay.
The foundlings.
So he's shooting.
Yeah. He's
the only one shooting in the scene. Watch.
Yeah, right. No one else is shooting.
There's like one guy shot. Insane. And look how big that thing is. Like, you're not gonna do the damage you think you're gonna do, like, to this thing.
So to me, not.
Okay, there's a little kid.
Bad directing, right, and bad writing. They're like, why is no?
This is bad everything.
Every Mandalorian there that's an adult should have a weapon, and they should be firing,
and should be using a jetpack.
And the kids need to already know through training, just go to safety, go back in the cave.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I mean, just even if they don't train for this, like your mind would be like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like that's the natural instinct there. And then if I got a little tiny pistol, my natural instinct would be, okay, well I need to get the fuck out of here too, because I'm not gonna do any good here. And then get like a position where it's not gonna eat me, and then maybe try to shoot in the eye. Like, you know, like I'm not gonna be right next to this fucking thing, you know. Well, I guess maybe with a pistol I can't do any damage far away, but yeah, it's still like I'm clearly, you know, okay, what you could do if I get a pistol, that guy that's carrying the arms, if that's such an important job like it is in Civil War, okay, go grab his fucking rifle. Like, what are you doing? Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Okay.
Praying to Jesus.
Oh yeah,
here.
this is what I should do.
Shooting.
Let me run up next to this motherfucker.
Yeah, let me run in front of.
Yeah, and then get eaten, because that's what just happened. Look at this thing, dude.
This is just a giant alligator on the beach.
This is the dumbest scene in the history of dumb scenes in Star Wars. Like, it's so retarded.
Yeah, this is pretty. Again, like I said, all the big monster scenes. Like, I don't know who likes that stuff. Sorry, I think you like it, but it just does not work for me at all.
I think because like King Kong and the Godzilla were popular at the time, like the movie had just come out. I think that's probably what they were going for here. Problem is that was a good movie, and it was reasonable as far as like the reactions for the people that were not elite soldiers. So like they reacted better than these elite soldiers. Like you're
supposed to be highly trained.
Why are they
killers? They're still bounty hunters.
They're still bunched up together in like clusters. Like, you gotta fan out, man. Like you gotta have like a million things for that thing to think about and get distracted so you can figure out what to do. And get the fuck away from it. Oh, you just now. We're almost a minute in, and you just now figured out that you probably should use your jetpack. Meanwhile, you've got
these jetpacks. Holy shit!
And I don't remember how this goes, but I'm gonna guess that they'd fly up in the air and fly around this thing instead of flying and landing on the high end ground that's behind them. Above the cave.
You think they'll land on the gator?
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. They're gonna do the retarded thing and fly around where the gator can still eat them instead of fly up to the high ground above the cave.
Close enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's so the movie can happen.
Oh wait, there he is. Yep. So what did I say? Yep. They're flying around where the thing can eat it. Okay, they're gonna fly around his back, which at this point the monster could just go underwater and then you'd be fucked.
What is he slamming on there? Some hockey pucks.
The only thing what they're doing right now is they're reenacting the Starship Troopers. That's what's happening right now.
Oh, is that what they did?
Yep.
They put little bombs on the monster.
Yep, Rico. And then and that's what Rico does. He jumps off. He didn't have a jetpack though, so it was much cooler.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a cool looking scene. Look at that shot. It's so Rocketeer because it's already been done before. In the Rocketeer.
Yeah, Rocketeer. Did you watch that movie back in the day?
Oh, a long time ago, yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, that was one of my dad's favorite movies. Rocketeer. We watched that.
It was a good movie though.
Yeah.
What are those? You had those tools this whole time? I mean, I still wouldn't.
When they're shooting, they're
grappling.
Like, let's use our grappling hooks.
Yeah, I mean, I still wouldn't use that because that seems really retarded.
Yeah. Okay, here's what I don't understand. You're gonna shoot a grappling hook into this gator that's clearly as big as a house.
Yeah.
And weighs more than a house.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you think it's gonna do? You think you'll be able to hold it back?
Yeah, this is not gonna go well for you. So it's like
this is. Again, whoever wrote this scene is an idiot.
Yeah, okay, wait, look at him sliding in all cool. With his dual pistols and I guess he's shooting his grappling hook. if enough of us shoot our grappling hooks, we can totally take down this monster. Like, no, you can't. You cannot do this. Like, you even if okay, let's go back to what we think. What some people, I don't believe this. What some people think, how they built the pyramids and like how many guys it took to move one of those stone blocks.
Well, aliens built the pyramids.
let's suspend our disbelief here and say a bunch of dudes did it. Yeah. So
assuming history is correct.
Yeah. So
the history we're given.
One of these blocks is clearly not as big as this monster, and they moved this block, and the speed that they were able to move this block was probably not that fast, and the block was not resisting outside of it being heavy.
Yeah, the block didn't have muscles. Yeah. It was as big as a freaking house.
Yeah, no, this thing's like a fucking building. This is like
bigger than that.
This is like a
2-story building.
This is like a stadium.
It's like a 2-story house.
Yeah,
but it's like an apartment complex.
Yeah,
because it's a whole alligator.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the size of a football field or something. Like,
yeah.
Okay, so this small amount of guys is going to do the same thing that the Egyptians were able to do.
5 grappling hooks or whatever.
With an object that doesn't fight back. But these guys are going to do it with less guys with an object that does fight back. That's much, much bigger. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're not going to get pulled around. So they're going to be able to hold... Their arms aren't going to get ripped off.
They do this stupid thing where they brace their arm.
Yeah, because that's totally going to help you.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, okay. And the writers clearly don't know anything about alligators. Like, it's basically they're basically made out of armor. Like, it's not even going to feel those grappling hooks. Yeah. Like, and it's a freaking, it's a dinosaur. Like, that thing is, if it does feel it, it's just going to get pissed off.
Yeah, you're just going to make it ugly, right?
Like, which is the last thing you want, that thing to go away. Like, look at that. Okay, so it's already... Yep, it's just swinging everybody around. Okay, no, those guys didn't get swung around. Okay, exactly.
But the wave got them. Yep, there they go.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. You wouldn't survive that. You just got hit by, like, a freaking wall. Dude. Like... Oh, your arm is totally going to get ripped off there. Oh, here comes the strong woman who didn't get hit by any of the things that just happened. Hang on. Wait, the fuck?
Yeah, what does she do?
None of the things...
She slides under his face.
Somehow, she makes it through all of this
she makes it through
motion.
That.
Right there. How does she not get hit by the arm?
Yeah, or a stray...
I don't understand. She did get hit by the arm. Right? She gets hit by this arm. Right here. She didn't... You cannot tell me that she ducked under that thing.
Yeah, it does look like she ducked under or slipped.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, she's back up.
Yeah. And she's in the ocean.
Running through the water. And she knows, there's someone who's in 2 feet of water.
Yeah, right. And wait. Hang on.
And let's not walk away from the gator.
Yeah. But
walk in the same direction.
Look how far she gets within a matter of seconds. So she's at the tail of this thing. We know how big this thing is.
I mean, we're guessing.
How does she get in front of it right after this? Right? So she's at the end. How does she get there?
She's on the side. Oh.
She's in front of it.
Oh yeah, actually, good point.
What the hell just happened? She like teleported. She was at the tail. She was at the far back end of this thing.
So the movie can happen, according to Screen Rant. Movie can happen.
But that's terrible directing.
Don't worry about
terrible editing there. Don't worry about things. Well, first, I'm worried about the fact that, like, how the fuck did she get over there? And then 2, how does she get back over there so quickly? Yeah. But it's like it does the terrible edit. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
God damn.
She was right in front of it.
They don't give a shit. And then she's like, "Oh, instead of taking you to safety, I'm gonna throw you on the ground in front of this thing, because this is the best place for you to be. Is in danger, like you're hurt and you're not gonna get up because you're hurt. And I'm gonna just right here's good. Yeah, you just stay right there for the monster to eat you. Yeah.
Yeah, throw him down. He's like,
yeah.
Boom.
Jesus Christ.
He got tossed.
Oh, then the little kid.
This is the kid.
Little kid.
This is the kid.
Yep.
Goes to help.
Oh, is he strong woman kid?
And now he's like, let me turn around and stare at it.
Okay, so in all this chaos,
there's his dad.
Wait, what was he shooting at? Hang on, because look at the angle. Look at the angle that he turns. Yeah. Hang on. So he sees the kid. Okay, I get that. But when he turns, it looks like he was shooting like way off in the distance of nothing.
You're right.
Hang on, look right there.
Yeah.
Like, what was he shooting at? Why is he angled that way?
It doesn't even look like he's really. What?
It looks like he's green screened. He's like standing on something. Like, what the fuck is he doing? Oh god,
his green screen.
That is so terrible. It's like he's not even in the scene. He's like plopped in there.
Frame.
Okay, hang on. Let's see.
My friend. Can you scrub? Yeah, it does look like he's
just he's just standing in place. Yeah,
hold on, he's being scaled.
He is.
He's being scaled. Look at that. Look at him, he's getting smaller and smaller.
Holy shit, that's so bad. It's so bad. And then now he's already over here. Like, where is he?
I'm not sure. I'm confused again. What's
happening?
Did he just go from the mountaintop down to the beach?
No, he was just in the sky. He wasn't even on the mountaintop like a smart guy.
Was he flying?
He was wasting his fuel.
He
was wasting his fuel. He could have been on the cliff over there.
And they're like, "Oh, let's do this. Let's zoom out, but we're just gonna scale him down."
Yeah.
It's gonna look like a zoom out.
So he's gonna take one for the team here.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
Well, it's his son. He's got to protect his son. It's like, why did his son get up and look at the gator instead of grabbing the woman and helping her?
I know.
Let's get going.
Look at him gliding. It doesn't make sense. He's gliding like it really is like he's just superimposed and they're just moving him around in the edit.
Like he's on the cables or whatever.
He's not. No, he's probably just on like a green box. And he's just kind of floating around like that. And then, like, look here. It doesn't look like he's flying. It looks like he's just gliding. Sideways. Yeah, he's just gliding. And then he knocks somebody out. Like, oh, he hits the little kid. Okay.
Oh, yeah, boom.
Okay, so that was your plan to get eaten. Because this is going to...
What are these people doing so close again? You've had a minute and a half to move.
Okay,
and you have not moved in a minute and a half.
Here's... let's think about this logic real quick. So just for a second. Okay, so he comes flying in. He sees the kid, and so he's like, okay, my plan is to fly over here and knock the kid on the ground
out of the way,
so the monster can easily eat him. And meanwhile, I'm also going to take the monster head on and fire this weapon that has been doing literally nothing to it.
Yeah, no, the whole
in hopes that I'm going to save the day here. Okay, so I'm just making sure I understand the situation here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Get down. And instead of the other thing is instead of knocking the kid out of the way and then immediately flying up again, he stands on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, and then okay. Well, let's see. Does he get eaten? No, he miraculously gets saved by convenience.
Somebody else.
He gets saved by a pod racer.
A ship. Yeah, because he would have gotten eaten.
Yeah, he was totally dead. He was totally dead for literally no reason, because what he should have done is fly over to the kid and grab him and fly away with him and take him to safety and then come back to the fight.
Just gotta knock him over.
But no, I'm gonna knock him on the ground, because that seems to be what Mandalorians do to put you in the safe place, is to throw you on the ground in front of monsters. That seems to be their strategy for safety. Is it would be better than you being able to run is for me to knock you on your face in front of this monster so it can eat you. like her saving that guy. Like, now that I got you out of the water and put you in front of the monster, let me throw you on the ground so it can eat you. What a bunch of idiots. What a fucking retarded group of soldiers.
To be fair, the whole thing has got to be green screen anyway. So
yeah, but even that, like, tactics, man. Like, the person that the only this isn't this the only person that can make weapons?
Yeah,
what the fuck is she doing? You are so valuable.
Like, yeah, she's the one.
Yeah, this is not the way. The way is for you to go in that cave and stay safe forever, so you can make more weapons.
All they had to do, they didn't have to fire a single shot. They could just turn around, ran in the cave.
Run in the cave.
The monster would have sniffed a little bit.
Hang on a second.
Realized it couldn't get in the cave, then went back in the water.
Can you see her eyes in here?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, it's not that. It's not. But that doesn't look like a good visor. That looks like a really cheap piece of plastic.
That probably is.
Oh my god. Oh no, I think you can see her eyes. That's even worse.
Props are probably all made of fiberglass or who knows.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Probably not made of metal. That would be cool if they were made of metal.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's like a pod racer. You got a fucking pod racer. The gayest vehicle ever in Star Wars.
No, that's a something. But yeah, you're right. It does look a lot like the pod racer.
Okay.
1, 2, or 3.
What is that pod racer shooting?
Yeah.
Because Jesus Christ.
Pretty big.
Like, and where the hell has that thing been this whole time?
I think he had parked it right off the side before.
That should have been one-on-one, like the first.
Right on the side of the cave.
The first instance, they should have rocket packed over that thing, grabbed it, and then did this, and then now we would be done.
Then you couldn't sit here for a minute and a half and critique
and watch retarded elite soldiers do retarded elite things.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, this is totally gonna be Grogu, like, baby Grogu,
how he parks right
baby
there
Yoda,
beach, like literally right off the water.
Yeah, because
we don't care about the tide.
Because you know for sure that monster's dead. Like,
I mean, he is now.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That thing is so stupid. It's so stupid. Fucking the baby Grogu is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Like,
oh man, here's something I was thinking. Like, why? You notice if you watch more of the show that they literally the baby comes with them everywhere.
Yeah.
And no matter what situation it's in or how dangerous, like the baby's right up there, up front with him, floating along in his baby basket. Yeah, it's like, the baby can go anywhere. Nobody questions him. Everybody loves the baby.
Yeah. Not the baby.
Yeah, all the women in the show, they're like, oh, the baby. And then it's like they form an attachment. And then the guys are like, oh, it's so cute,
Yeah. It's so.
And the baby goes everywhere, no matter how dangerous.
It's so dumb because, like, one, it's just retarded. Like, it's stupid to look at. Now I could have suspended my disbelief with this thing if they made it a problem. And I don't remember it being like a serious problem. Like, they don't treat it like a baby. Like, they don't treat it like
yeah, because they're not worried about feeding it. It doesn't cry.
Yeah.
So it doesn't act like a baby.
So
it's just a small creature that's quiet most of the time.
Let me pull up a scene that this is how you write babies in movies.
And he doesn't really do any baby like stuff except for sometimes he kind of like gets into stuff, like he likes to play around with things he's not supposed to.
Yeah, but it's.
But he rarely eats. Like they don't really try and get him a lot of food.
Okay.
I notice it's here and there, but it's not like a real baby. You'd be feeding that baby all the time.
Yeah.
And he'd be crying.
Well, okay, so that's a great point.
It's not really a baby. It's just small. It's not young.
But even if it was, not necessarily a baby. So have you ever seen this movie? This is called Savior. So this is about so the where the story comes from is there was the guy that wrote it. He supposedly met some mercenary that told him this story about when he had to take care of a baby when he was in the middle of a war zone. And so he ended up writing the story about so he's in I'm pretty sure he's in Kosovo in this one. So he's like in the 90s, probably. Yeah. So he's like in the 90s. So anyway, the story's about him as he becomes like a foreign legion. So he's just a mercenary for hire. And then he ends up finding this lady that's pregnant, and then, you know, helps her deliver the kid. And he's really just trying to get her to her home, and then they end up not wanting her because she got pregnant when she was captured, so she was raped, and so now they're like, they don't want her because she's tainted.
Can you say that on YouTube nowadays?
If you can't, then there's something wrong with YouTube. So
you gotta say GRAP.
Jesus Christ, I'm not gonna do that because that's retarded, and I've said that a lot of times on this. Because we need to be able to talk about these things because they actually do happen, and if we don't talk about them, then when they do happen, people, you know, we're just not going to keep talking about it, and then next thing you know, it's a regular occurrence, and we don't want those things to be regular occurrence. They're bad things. So that's why we should be allowed to talk about whatever fuck we want to talk about, because that helps us get rid of the bad things. Okay, so the sacrifice of the possibility of, you know, people joining together and creating a group that's going to be a problem that we got to deal with is the fact that we also, you know, the other thing that comes along with that is you can stop those things from happening by being able to talk about them. So that's how I feel about that. That's why I think everybody needs to stop this we need to go back to America, you know. Need to be able to free speech, man.
Stop it now.
But we don't need to stop the fighting. Like, maybe war is okay. Yeah, I'll give you that one. But we need discourse, man. We need to be able to talk about these things.
Let's talk about racism endlessly.
We do. Like, we need to work this shit out because clearly we have an issue. Like,
I don't think we do. I think.
Well, that's what I mean.
If
we have an issue.
Would stop promoting it, then it wouldn't be an issue.
But if we can talk about that problem, which we can't for whatever reason, you know, that's the thing, right? So okay, so she gets raped. Okay, there it is. Boom, cancel me. Whatever. That's the reality of things that happen. If we make it known that these things happen, they'll happen less. Okay, so it's a bad thing, but basically her family disowns her, and so now he's like, okay, well, I'll take her to wherever. And so he's going to take her across the town. She ends up basically, well, this is basically what happens. So he's holed up on a boat because they're about to try to get across the border or something like that. It's been a while since I watched this. And then she ends up getting captured in the meantime. So he's in this boat with the baby, waiting, and this is what happens. All right, so this is an example of how you okay, this we're gonna have to fast forward a little bit. An example of how you would write a story with a baby that's involved. Okay. Okay, so all right, so she is a mother. They've captured all these people. This is actual things that happened in this place. Okay, they're brutal people. And he sees, oh shit, you know, this is happening. And he's preparing to kill this dude. This is a brutal scene, by the way. This is like totally rated R, not for kids.
This kid right here?
Yeah, so no, this is just some random kid. But she's in the group here. So this is if you've ever seen Walking Dead, this is where they got that scene from. Okay? So this is what he's gonna do this is what he's gonna do to all these people. Because
dude,
if I he's got a golf bag of clubs. Like,
and he just hits them all over the head.
Huh? Yep. And
what is it these people did to deserve this?
It's literally because if I remember correctly, it's either because they're Albanian and and he's Serbian, or the opposite. They're Serbian, he's Albanian. Based on his look, I'm gonna guess they're saying that he's Serbian. But it could be the opposite there. So that's basically the conflict. They're just not. It's like the Palestine stuff. It's like, we hate you because you're not us.
Oh yeah.
So now he realizes what's about to happen, and he's like, oh shit, I gotta take care of this problem. Okay, and that's the mom. That's the lady. Okay. I don't know if we're allowed to show this stuff, but it's on YouTube, so should be fine.
No, just hit him in the head. No big deal.
Yeah, this is Dennis Quaid, and look at her. She's like, don't do it. Like, the baby's more important. Okay, and then we'll fast forward a little bit, because that goes on a pretty long time. Okay, so you get to see the baby.
I still don't see the baby.
There you go. Okay. So she's basically saying, like, just let this happen, because if you don't, then something's going to happen to the baby here. And then he smashes her head in, and now he's having to deal with this baby.
So he kills the mom.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
And then this guy's just shaving. This is the other thing, too. So then the baby starts crying. Okay? This is how you write scenes with babies in them. They're a problem. They're a tactical problem. Okay? They hear something.
Coming from the caravan over there.
And the little boat they've got there.
Oh, okay. Then no. From the bus.
Yep. Okay. So now he's got to make sure nothing happens here.
Yeah.
So you can feel the tension, right? This is good writing. This is a fantastic movie, by the way.
Oh, now he's got to suffocate the baby.
Yeah, because it's making too much noise.
Yeah.
And then, thank God, this cat comes out. Because now, cats always sound like babies, right? Yeah.
Oh, he saved him.
Yeah.
Oh, little kitty cat.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to sit down and take his time.
Yeah, so what patch is that?
He's a good bad guy.
Is that the Uchika patch? I'm not sure. I'm pausing it every once in a while so we don't get canceled here. All right, so he's got the cat.
Oh, you hear something else?
All right, so we're going to fast forward just a little.
Yeah, I can't hear anything in the movie because I got the TV down. But
okay, no worries.
I'm just guessing.
But I mean, it's not much to hear except for like the baby noises. Okay, so now they're going away.
Go, huh?
He's done. He's like, okay, now everything's fine. Oh shit.
The baby's passed out.
Yeah.
Because he choked it out. Now you got to give it mouth to mouth.
Yeah.
Resuscitate.
Yeah. And it's a baby, so you got to do it different, right? You can't just like. You got to be really gentle because they're like super brittle. And that's the other thing. He's a damn good actor too. Like, you need good actors. So, in that Andor in the woods, like, how bad were those actors? Like,
which part?
When he's in the woods at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
They were so bad. Like worst actors ever.
Yeah, that was pointless. There's stuff here and there that I see in Mandalorian 2 that I'd take out.
Yeah.
All the big monsters could probably go.
Yep.
That to me just doesn't advance the plot.
Yeah. Oh, and then for everybody watching, the baby survives. Okay.
And it's crying again.
Yeah. But this, like, so that's an example of like what I think, like, you need to like the baby needs to be, if you're gonna have the baby running around the whole time, or like tiny Yoda, not, let's say it's not a baby, it's just a tiny Yoda. Yeah. Either way, like a kid essentially needs to be a problem. Like it needs to be, they can't be, they can be an asset sometimes, right? So you get to a place where it's like in the Last of Us game, the first one. So up to this certain point, the guy is basically like you need to listen to me. I'm not gonna let you use a gun. Like this, you're not killing people. And then there's a certain point that he gets to, and he's like, all right, well, this isn't gonna work with just me. And so he quickly tells her what to do with the rifle, and puts her in basically the safest spot he could. And then while he goes down and handles the guys, and he's like, if I get into trouble, then you help me out. So it's like, she's been a burden essentially until that point. And that's what you need to do with characters that are not what do you call it? Not elite soldiers, or they're not the capable people. Like they're along for the ride, but you gotta make them a burden. And then at certain points they have value, because the person finally realizes, like, okay, this is gonna be a problem, so all right, I'm gonna need your help, right? But they can't just be like, I don't know, because like Grogu's like, he does some things that are kind of getting in the way, but he's not really a burden. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's never really a problem for Mandalorian. It's like he needs to be a problem. That needs to be, and it also needs to be like, he's not a sidekick, right? He needs, like, because he starts off as a mission, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, you try to give him away, and then you get him back immediately. What the hell happened? Like,
well, he did. Yeah, he finally made it to the Jedi.
Yeah,
he dropped him off. Well, Luke.
Yeah, because that's what you were telling me, and I was like, that's ridiculous.
And then, so that's the end of season 2. And season 3, he's right back in the speeder with him. It's like, well, where the hell? What's happened?
Yeah.
And there's no word except for one sentence about what happened.
Yeah.
Basically, like, it just didn't work out.
Well, that's like,
or he wanted to be back with him or something.
Yeah, which is so dumb. It's like, so whereas like the first season, you kind of had a mission, right? He's trying to get the baby somewhere, right? Yeah. So it makes sense why he's got the baby. But once he gets him there, there's no reason to have the baby anymore. Like, why? It's so dumb. And it's like,
to me, it kind of seems almost like it's like a pet. He's got to have some tiny animal around him. But 2 is the baby has powers, but rarely does he use them to help him out of a situation.
Because it's like a jetpack. You don't need it.
Yeah, let's never use it, or let's use it once an episode.
Yeah. But so this is a, when you get to this part of this movie, you got to imagine, like, he's been hauling this fucking baby across this war zone, and then like for him to get this far, and then all of a sudden this, like, he almost kills this thing. That's a crazy moment for him, where he's like, his whole mission was to get this baby like across the border, and like he's like, basically he's really close at this point in the film, and it's just like for that to almost lose it that close to where he's about to finally be done with this burden. Like you gotta imagine, and plus all this, he spent all this time, and now he's like, he's kind of caring for it a little bit, like he gives a shit about it.
The mom's dead.
Yeah, and the mom just died, so like there's a lot going on with this guy, and it's like he easily could have made no sound and fine in the boat, but the baby is there, so now it's a burden. Right. So, and it's also a burden for, like, if he probably wouldn't have been able to handle all those guys, but he might have been able to cause enough chaos to where she could have got away and he could have got away, because there's enough people in that crowd that they were trying to kill.
Yeah.
So that's,
especially when you're hitting them one by one with a club.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
So
the weirdest way.
Yeah, it's just like a brutal. But it's like you just need to write them as they are. They're not a sidekick. They're along for the ride, and when you have people that are along for the ride, that it's kind of like when you go to a place, if you go by yourself or with your friends, you're gonna have a certain experience. But if you go on like a tour group, that's quite the different experience. Those people are along for the ride. They're not your sidekicks, right? So they are a burden for your vacation. It's like going to a resort and then there's that one family that just like is fucking annoying. It's like this place would be great except for those people. Right? Like that's what characters like that should be. They should be like constantly causing this person a problem where he's like constantly trying to find ways to get rid of them.
Yeah, Grogu's not like that.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to turn into a little Yoda for the Mandalorian, where he could kind of like help him out, but he really doesn't understand English as much. I think he does, but I don't know. In some scenarios, he does seem to understand English.
Well, the other thing too is like, why wouldn't you rip off a shoulder pad and commission that as like a suit of armor for him?
Well, that happens in season 3.
Oh my god!
They don't rip it off, but the lady fashions something for him.
Yeah, I bet it looks retarded though. Instead of like,
well, you don't even see it because it's under his cloak or whatever he's wearing.
Of course, because they can't cover his.
It's a little round.
Can't cover his face.
It's like a little round disc that he wears in front of him. It's supposed to protect him.
Because you can't cover his face because he has to be the cute thing that they can sell.
Yeah. Well, his ears are too big. His ears would stick out the helmet anyway. Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny about that though. If I'm remembering this correctly, they made the first season, and they didn't make any Grogu toys.
What?
Yeah, like they didn't market any toys for the show, and everybody was like, "Where are all the Grogu toys?" And they didn't make any. Like a bunch of fucking idiots.
How would they not do that?
Yeah, a bunch of retards.
I mean, that's partly the reason why you make kid shows. Is with superheroes, you sell toys.
That's the reason for you to put a dumbass character like that in the show.
Yeah, exactly. Because kids will think it's cute, and moms will think it's cute, and then dads are just gonna be like, "You're idiots. You don't have a baby. You don't bring a baby around to all your negotiations and your battlefields and all your shit."
Let's see.
But yeah, he brings them everywhere he goes.
Let's see. Oh, that's what it was.
So
they waited to make the merchandise.
Wow. Just to see if it was a hit or something like
that's the only thing I can think of, but they didn't. Yeah, they didn't. It's retarded. Oh, so supposedly this may or may not be true, but they wanted to keep from unveiling the character. It's like they unveiled the character pretty quick in the show. If I remember.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it still doesn't make sense
right away.
Yeah. Yeah. Why is there no Baby Yoda merchandise for sale? Like it's all over the place.
What year did they come out with this Mandalorian? Wasn't it 2019?
Yeah, it was peak. No, not peak, but yeah, it was like peak COVID. Yeah, that was one of the reasons why people got Disney Plus.
Yeah, I remember I was overseas at that time, and the commander brought up the Mandalorian. And he said, "Hey, anybody watch that show? It's pretty good." Huh?
Yeah. First season's not bad, but what a dumbass!
No, I can't watch TV where I am.
Yeah, what a dumb decision. Like, just not.
Yeah, sir. Thanks for rubbing it in my face that I don't have your luxuries that you do.
Yeah. Man. Yep. They don't know what the hell they're doing. But yeah, you should watch Savior. Let's see, where can you watch that? Because that is an excellent movie.
Savior, huh?
Where can you watch?
Like, is it a black savior?
Oh, it's definitely a white dude.
A blue savior?
Let's see. Okay, Amazon Prime for free. And YouTube if you have a Prime subscription.
Well, I have YouTube. Actually, I do have Amazon Prime.
Yep, so you can watch it on there for free there.
Okay,
so it's a true story of a mercenary in Bosnia War. So yeah, that would have been in the 90s.
Yeah.
Whose wife and young son are killed in the terrorist bombing, and he's out for revenge, and then he ends up going on a killing spree, and that's how he joins the Foreign Legion. And if you remember in Andor, his buddy in the movie, or at least in the beginning of the movie, is Skarsgård. So for those of you who are Skarsgård fans, what was his name? Skeleton. How do you say that guy's name? Where are the people? Oh my god! Why don't they set this up like details? Here we go. Let's see. Stellan Skarsgård. That's what. Can't believe I forgot what. But that guy's in everything now. But this was one of the movies that people probably don't know he's in, because he's got a short role, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, but I think this is an excellent movie. So check that out. I think you'll enjoy that one. Maybe I'll pull that up on the screen. Probably call it a night after that, because we've been at it for how long? Over 2 hours?
2.5 hours.
Hey.
Talking about Andor.
All right, there it is. Boom.
And the DeLorean.
Amazon Prime, Savior.
Have you ever, I saw this video the other day. This guy was talking about, he was tracking all these shows to see if the show was a good representation of like how like how a man should be, like as a representation of a father or something like that. And he brought up Tim Allen and Tool,
that's like excellent version.
Well, he still pointed out different scenes where he was like kind of like not doing the right thing, and I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases, but he did say that Blue Bloods was one of the only shows that had an actual like like dad that did the right thing. So have you ever heard of that show?
Oh, that's with the Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet though. But it's been on my list for a long time. So okay. Should I watch that?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen it, so I couldn't.
All right, I'm gonna put that down. Blue Bloods.
If it's something that.
I don't know why that's not showing the full picture here, but anyway. Yeah, put that on your list. That's a great movie.
Yeah, I think I might actually watch that though.
Yeah. And I'll see about Blue Bloods. Maybe I'll get into that. But yeah, this is a definitely one that like probably not a lot of people have seen. So, but one it's got Dennis Quaid, it's got Stellan Skarsgård, and well written, well directed, and based on at least a story that the guy heard. It is based on a true story. The guy, the mercenary that I talked to was telling the true story, which, yeah, I can believe it to be something that could have happened.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's end the podcast for now, and then we'll say goodbye offline. But for now, don't.
That's my favorite part.
All right. Don't let your meatloaf.
Mailman podcast coming to you. Mailman coming to you. Talking about Minnesota. If you don't like it, you can go to hell. Mailman podcast coming to you. Mailman coming to you. Ooh.